Oh my gosh. I think we're actually on. Are we on? I think we're on. And good Lord, are we ready for this? Are we ready for this?
Are we?
I don't know.
I am.
You are? Are you
I hope
prepared?
so. No,
Hey, Touche.
but I'm ready.
Hey, Sue Bear. Hey, Raven. How you doing? Yes, you were first. The dog, the dearly departed dog. Yes. A golden. Goldens are lovely. And the cat is judging you harshly for every decision you have made wrongly. That is the cat, Misty. There you go. You were second, Sue Bear. You were absolutely second. For all that matters, absolutely. Lori Marie, how are you? And of course, Lisa, darling. Lisa, I am prepared. I want you to know this. I am prepared. I hope this is going to be interesting. How have you been, Blue? How have you been?
I've been good. Just taking a little break. Don't mind me. I'm just advertising this. I'll get to it. I've been good. I've been away, as we know. I had to get permission to come back because of now I'm employed. Before I was doing a lot of student stuff and some odd jobs here and there, and I got some real big boy employment. But to have any outside employment, which does include doing the whole YouTube thing, because I am considered self-employed for that, I had to get permission. So I got permission, decided what direction I wanted to go, put some scripts together, nothing too crazy. And then I believe it was December 1st or around then, I was like, all right, we're coming back. Some people knew beforehand, but I publicly said I'm coming back. Put out a couple videos. I'm gonna hopefully get back into live streaming after the holidays.
Good.
Most likely. And yeah.
Good.
We're bringing this back to what it was always meant to be on my channel, which is just keeping it a hobby. I never wanted to be, a big YouTube channel, but there was a period of time where I was like, I feel like I could make this something more than a hobby, potentially, as I'm being a student, little extra income because I'm not working a job and relying on military benefits would be nice. But now I'm just like, nope, I got real paychecks these days. So now it's gonna be more of just a hobby, doing what I like, avoiding some drama, I think, more than I did before. We'll see. But yeah, no, it's good to be coming back.
By the way, Matt is in the chat.
Oh, hello, Matt.
I don't have monetization though, so you can't do anything. I am a long way from monetization. Hey, Abby, how you doing?
Let's fix that though. Let's get the monetization going. We like this video. Tell your friends. That's what I'm doing right now. So I'm advertising.
Fabulous. So just yes, I'm trying to have all of everything covered. I have the water, lots of water.
Mm-hmm.
I have this that I'm about to put some apple juice in. All right, I gotta go get some more apple juice. Oh my gosh.
What are you looking at?
There we go. Penny's in the room, isn't she?
She what? Penny, you want to come here?
Penny's in the room. All right, guys.
She's just napping. Penny might say hi. Penny's my dog. Those of you who don't know.
All right. Am I doing anything tomorrow morning?
Are you?
I'm not doing anything tomorrow morning.
I probably am. I'm taking it easy. I do. Oh boy. I have a little bit.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. Dink against the microphone there. I'll just here.
Apparently I haven't had this for a little while because that's a bit of a kick in the face that I enjoy. Oh, but that is smooth on the backside.
Penny.
All right, now I have also been warned by many many former armed forces folks that a real MRE will lock you up for a while.
It can.
So I also have this. I'm just saying.
Oh,
I'm trying to. I try to have the bases covered. I have the bases covered.
In the MREs, the gum is a laxative. I've
the
looked.
What?
So no, it's not. It's a rumor. It's not true, allegedly. But the story is that the gum in MREs is a laxative to help it all go through you. However, it doesn't list any ingredients that do that sort of thing. I think the internet says no.
Does it have the xylitol or whatever that artificial sugar is?
Is xylitol? Does that?
Oh my gosh, we may have to read.
Oh, the gummy bears! I know about the gummy bears.
Yes.
Okay, it might have that. Okay, so then yeah, they might act as. We'll check because we're going to open one of these up.
Cheers. Cheers, touche. I have decided. Wow, we're really hearing that. Whenever you bounce that sucker, we're hearing your mic stand. That's okay. That's all right. I mean, you've been out of the game for a little while. It's fine. You're good.
I'll put it over here. I forgot that it's connected. Here, let me.
Are you telling him that he's got issues? How rude of me is that? It's rude.
I'll put it over here. I thought the surface. It's fine.
Lisa, cheers. Can you tell that I'm just like not opening anything up yet? Can you tell? Can you tell? So, any questions in the chat for Blue yet? Because this could get interesting. I just realized. I mean, I've been sick for a little while. I have been a Kleenex box killer. I have been a serial killer of Kleenex boxes. I just realized I don't have a box near me. It's fine. We're good. We're gonna power through. We're gonna do. If I have to go off camera for a bit, hopefully I'll remember to mute as well, so you don't hear a trumpet. But no guarantees, because I am not a professional at this. There you go.
Don't remind her.
Touche. Asked, did Penny enjoy the Advent calendar? Oh my gosh, I am such a lightweight.
She has. I hope. Do you enjoy it, Penny? Do you want to come say? Come on. No?
Yeah.
Maybe if I pull something. I don't know if I've given her anything from today. Hold on.
In southern Arizona, it is ridiculous to get a head cold this bad in December. It's ridiculous. It's just utterly ridiculous in Arizona, southern Arizona, to get such a bad head cold. It's just stupid. Utterly stupid.
That's how they get you. I don't know who they is.
Griff Kai. I'm thinking Molly she's gonna go for it. She's gonna go for it. Blue Raven Darkstar says, I have questions for Blue, but probably nothing he can answer. Oh, I forgot. I can do this. I forgot I can do that because I'm such a professional. Hey, Epiphanies, how you doing? Merry Christmas to you too. Oh, Linda, I'm so sorry. Ours is not COVID, but it still is just gross. Valid, very valid description. Absolutely. See, I'm gonna have to put my poor daughter. Oh, could someone please grab a Kleenex box for me? This is riveting content, isn't it?
Good stuff. Well, we got that the people come in. The first 10 minutes are always just a bunch of nonsense. And
Well,
you all know what you're here for, right? It's in the title, MRE tasting. We got them.
I am.
We got the fake ones too. So I wanted to compare them.
Hey,
Be like, all right,
adjacent. MRE adjacent.
MRE adjacent. Hi, Penny. Oh, you're blocking the microphone there.
I am.
You want to come up again?
I am almost,
No?
Oh, my husband is so wonderful. Thank you.
I got your Raven. Probably not able to answer.
Yay! Okay.
Which
is the most?
MRE?
I mean,
there's like a Asian beef strip set. Was it that one? There's one of them that's really bad, and they don't produce it anymore. Thank goodness.
Mav, the audacity. The audacity, Mav.
We're gonna find out, Mav. We are gonna find out.
You wanna show which ones we are we gonna be sampling all of these, or are we just?
I think we should sample one of them because I'm gonna be opening up 2 of them of the same flavoring pairing, and I'm probably gonna eat them. Maybe not the entire thing, but I mean, we can open up.
I don't have the WNN Days of Christmas. I'm so sorry. It's probably for the best.
But we have chicken burrito bowl, and we have the other one I have double up. The grilled jalapeno pepper jack flavored beef patty. So I don't know what the audience thinks.
Now, flavored beef patty. I want to know: is it jalapeno flavored? Is it flavored patty? Is it like mystery meat? This is what I want to know.
It's jalapeno pepper jack flavored. I think it's a beef patty that is flavored with jalapeno pepper jack. That's my guess. It's
math, no math.
Case A. It's good to have. I have a.
Hello.
I keep one in my car. Not the entire case, just one MRE.
I have seen it, and I have been traumatized by it. I want you to know.
All right, which one do you think, chat? Do we think the video close up? See if it works. We got the chicken burrito bowl. We have the grilled jalapeno pepper jack flavored beef patties. You know what we're talking about. Let me just. There you go.
Hey, it does say beef, water instead of beef water this time.
Oh, jeez. I have the real MRE equivalent. We're gonna see what the difference is between the
and
military grade food packs and
and this one,
the actual army ones. Yeah. So Judy has the often sought pepperoni pizza. Everyone was very excited about it when it was being advertised. Like, guys, there's going to be a pizza MRE. We're all like, oh, that's so exciting. And then we all had it and thought it was not good. It's not bad.
What?
It's just,
why did you send it to me then?
Because it's the most interesting one in the sense that, like, it's very new. It might be the newest flavor. It's definitely one of the newest flavors. I think, pretty sure. And it's a hotly discussed MRE, and so it's not bad. It's actually a very it's a fine MRE. It's just not
disgust. Is that a C or a G? I am just clarifying.
What? Oh no, disgust. DISCUSSED.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's a good call. But it's a really fascinating one in the sense that, like, this is their attempt to be like, we're gonna get them a meal that they're gonna like. Who doesn't like pepperoni pizza? And you'll be shocked at how mediocre it is.
Mav apparently agrees with you because if Mav,
it's so mediocre.
The best that Mav can say.
Mav is right. Mav understands. You think it's gonna like on pepperoni pizza. How can you not make that tasty? Just put on more pepperoni, and it's just, it's meh. Like there are worse ones by far, but if I had to choose between that and the burrito bowl, I'd probably choose the burrito bowl.
You like spicy things, don't you?
Well, it's just that the burrito bowl is one of the things I like about it. So it's not, to me, all MREs taste the same to a degree. And I think a lot of people who've had a lot of MREs will tell you the same. You get sick of it after a while. If you're looking for something different, if you're not looking for something different, it's just like, yep, I know what it's going to taste like. It's fine. And so since they all taste more or less the same, it's a texture thing. And so it's not that anything here has a bad texture, although the beef patty unheated might be a little weird. It's that the burrito bowl is a lot easier to eat in the field. So if I'm out training and I have my MRE and we're like, all right, everyone, stuff your face. You got 5 minutes or whatever. I just open up that burrito bowl. I might not even take out I think it has tortillas. I might just squeeze it in my mouth and go. It's going to get clipped. The pizza, though, takes a little more to like chew and digest. And it's a whole thing. So as far as just the totality of the MRE itself, it's mediocre. It's okay. It's meh.
It's meh.
Better than the sea rations. I've never had sea rations, Griff Guy, but one of the.
But apparently Mav will fight for the chili mac. So.
Oh yeah, no, the chili mac is where it's at. Chili mac, it's hard to go wrong with the chili mac. It's a tasty one. But chat, what do we want? Do I want to open up the?
Wait, what? Wait a minute. Hold record scratch. Oh. Hold on. What?
What have I what? Oh. I assume you're talking about the ones that have like the gelatinous, like the oil has become not
separated.
Oil. Yeah. I think that would be something that actually the beef patties. There's a breakfast one that has this problem. I think this might also have that problem. Just like it has oil that just becomes gelatinous, and I don't usually eat these hot. I usually just eat them cold, just because I'm used to that. And the heat doesn't really do that much for it. Like it doesn't improve it to a degree that I feel like adding heat is worth the time. It's very cool how it works.
It is. I mean, I figured it out, and it was like, wow.
It doesn't, in my mind, do enough for the meal to justify taking the time to pour in the water and you prop it up against a rock and you fold it under and you try not to burn yourself and you shake it a little bit and you smush it around and then you eat it like that. What was the point? What was the point of doing all of that? Does it affect the taste? Sure. Does it make it better? A little bit, probably. Enough? No. So I just generally ignore that. But
I'm trying to
imagine. You probably should do the beef patty because then I can show you what I'm talking about if it has that problem. Even though this isn't the one that I want to open.
Okay.
You with me on this?
I'm so excited. Here we go.
So
now I try to we eat with our eyes and our nose first. So I try to give a full,
Sure.
I don't stick it up my nose. All right. We have the condiment pack with the wonderful spoon. All right. We have the grilled jalapeno beef patty. Wait, grilled jalapeno pepper, jack flavored beef patty, caramel color added. That's wonderful.
The color makes a difference, truly.
Buttermilk solids in this sucker. Look at all what's in there. Oh, see, my first one, I swear to you, there was no comma between beef and water. It was beef water. I swear to you, that's what it was. And how it came out, it kind of looked like that. Oh, there's blue cheese in this. Wow.
Is there? Ooh.
You don't read these things first? Why? Of course, you don't read these things.
Eat them.
You don't even heat them up. I read them first because, oh my gosh.
I know, it says dehydrated cheese. I don't see blue on here.
Keep reading. Blend of Monterey Jack, cheddar, and blue cheese.
Well, I guess yeah. So much for pepper jack flavored. If it's not, it's just, it's different cheeses. They mix together. All right. Well, on my end, I will show you, since I have the real one, it's this. There is a definite difference in thickness and girth of the MRE. So I assume this has like a lot of
I'm sorry, there's a difference in what? There's a difference
like it's the same, but when all things considered, girth is going to be important when you're trying to put things in your mouth. It's not my channel.
Okay, somebody clip
right?
that. Pardon me.
Or not. Or we could not do it. So, okay.
Phrasing.
In my bag,
Phrasing.
we do have oh, geez. Okay, well, that's odd. So the package looks like what I expected to, but then you have this like sticker stuck on. The rest, I mean, oh boy, that's weird. Apple peas and spice sauce. That is familiar to me. We have a military ration coat, individual flameless ration here. This is probably very similar to what I'm going to find in the Army one. And then we have coconut macaroon cookie. Ooh,
Now, one of these that I
sounds
got
good.
was absolutely rancid, like the oil had gone off.
Oh.
And then one of them was surprisingly not bad. I'm not a huge fan of coconut, but it was surprisingly not bad, especially once I put the jelly on it from the condiment pack. That apparently is the fruit. There's a fruit aspect to the and so in the condiment pack.
Yeah.
So if you put the fruit jelly, oh, touche. The things I do for you guys. Because yeah, she's right. So yeah, it is all right. So I'm gonna heat it. I cannot imagine trying this without heating it up. It's just, that's not my world. That is not my world.
Well, while you're doing that, I'll walk you through what I'm noticing right off the bat in this condiment package. The spoon, that's not an Army issue spoon. That's,
it's pretty wussy, huh?
Expected to be like a greenish, brownish, whatever. You got tea. That's new to me. It's nice though. We usually have coffee packets, really terrible coffee packets in the military ones. We'll see if that's still true. You got. I do like to say about military coffee before I go off. It wakes you up twice. Once with the flavor and once with the caffeine. Salt, pepper, always good. Sugar, yeah. Check that grape jelly. It's interesting. And I'm going to open up this military equipment. And if I had a knife within reach, I have scissors actually within reach. That's not as much fun. Generally, you pull it apart. Sometimes it's a little more tricky than that. That can work out pretty nicely. And we have a very similar looking thing. Looks like a lot more stuff, but you notice the colors are pretty close, if not identical. And I expect we won't be seeing these stickers on these guys, but yes, we do have more snacks. So we have our potatoes. You don't have potatoes in that one, but you notice there's no nutritional information. You just have this information.
Basically, it says,
probably
eat
not
it,
going to be able
soldier.
to see. Yeah, we're not used for nutritional content. There is this little package that you use as part of the heater, and this does have nutritional information on it, and that's where you generally read it. But let's see.
Oh, there it goes.
1 pouch of the potatoes, 140 calories.
Ow.
No, 230
Okay.
calories
Worm.
for the potatoes.
Worm.
140 calories for the patty itself. That's not actually that bad, which is why it includes a whole bunch of other snacks, because these are designed to give you a lot of calories. You're looking at up to maybe, I think, 2,000 calories in one of the Army's MREs, because it's supposed to be, enough for a day. If you need to, if you're doing real hard training, you want to generally, but sometimes you only get one. That's the nature of war. Not that I've ever deployed, but I have trained to. We have, here's our patty. It is a square. Is yours a square? Is this a square?
Ish. By the way,
it's a square.
Here's my beloved mod. You see what she's saying? You see what she's saying?
I'm not heating mine. But for comparison, this is the Army's. This is the fake one.
Yours is really, yours is like the MRE one is aggressively rectangular.
Yeah, it really is. They really sealed it. I think, though, having a sticker conceals how vacuum packed it is. The calories seem to be the same. So I'm guessing these probably are the same product, packaged very similarly. And I could actually check and compare them. Do I want to? Do I really? Oh, they're not. Hold on. Total fat on this is 9 grams. On this, it's 8 grams. So these are not the same product. They are just very close. And you can actually see that the colors are just a tiny bit different. Interesting. I genuinely thought that we were going to see that these were just repurposed, repacked things. And maybe they are from like an older batch of MREs. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're going to keep going. We're going to, while you...
I am.
I do have an oatmeal chocolate chunk cookie, which is delicious. Oh, this is a really good one. I didn't realize I never get this one. I didn't realize it had so much goodness. We have, fat-free mayonnaise. No, I'm going to ignore that.
Hey, I'm sorry. Back up. Did I hear chocolate chip cookie?
Yeah. Oatmeal chocolate chunk cookie. Tortillas. This is your bun for your burger. The fake one didn't have this.
No, it did not. The adjacent one.
This is what I'm talking about with the spoon. This is an army spoon. This isn't going to cut it. This is sturdy. This is built for war. You kill a man with this.
Pull out the macaroon from the MRE adjacent.
Oh, yeah. Let me... No, it's apple.
Dang.
Oh, look at that. There's your macaroon. And there is your Army's oatmeal chunk cookie. There is a definite size difference.
Little bit. I mean, because these are the macaroons.
Twice
I mean, there's 2 of them, but they are...
I'm excited to eat it. We're going to do a side-by-side comparison. I spent real money on this so that we would know the truth. Barbecue sauce. I use a little bit of that. I'm not really big on barbecue sauce. I know we've had this conversation before. I do have.
I'm afraid to know what's
the fake one's looking real rough now.
A little bit.
Yeah, you got your hot beverage bag. If you want to make hot beverage. You got your heater.
You have a bag for that?
Oh yeah, so you got your here's your army heater. Just put in here heater, excuse me, and then here's your hot beverage bag. And you basically the way that you heated the meal in yours, you would I assume there's going to be a beverage powder. This is going to have a lot of your electrolytes, sugar, that sort of thing, which is great for maintaining energy.
Not this.
This is orange type 3.
Ooh, so like Tang.
Actually, very much like Tang. We used to just keep these packets. Don't mess with water. Get out of the canteen. It'll wake you up in training. It sure works because it's. We'll do that. We'll take a hit of this. But yeah.
I don't have one to take a hit from. Darn, I'm so upset. Oh darn.
And you heat it. Although this might be more for coffee than it is for this, because this you don't need to heat to mix. Let me keep going because there's so much in here.
Raven's a little. She's a little jelly.
Oh
Raven's a little jellies.
Yeah, no, modern MREs like shockingly good in comparison to the older stuff. A lot of people hate MREs. I think they're tons of fun. I think they do an incredible job doing exactly what they need to do. I've tried MREs from other countries when I was training with Canadians, for example. Theirs are basically, they're like lunch bags. Like, oh, here's your lunch, kid. Like, go have fun at school. You know, in your little rolled paper bag. It's legitimately a paper bag that I believe is rolled at the top and stapled.
Wow.
And I've seen it's obnoxious. It's tasty. But
I've seen an American. Yeah, I've seen an American exchange with an Italian. They're Italian.
That's why I got you the pepperoni pizza one, because that's what they give the Italian.
Yeah, that was the MRE that they exchanged.
Yep, that's the one.
That explains the reaction. She was trying to be so polite.
Oh yeah, because this is a really good one, and it's an Italian. No, if you're gonna give it an Italian pizza, it better be correct for Italy, and that absolutely not. That's not a pizza that's correct for anywhere. It's a thing that's pretending to be pizza. You don't want to give that to an Italian; they'll get mad. And he was pretty upset about it. He tried to hide it, but he was upset about it. Yeah, no, it's a Canadian MREs, very tasty, but they all taste the same because their preservatives or whatever. Ours all taste the same because of our preservatives, but they do taste different from each other. So when you go and you train with a foreign country, they usually are very excited to trade their MRE equivalent with yours, because it's a different flavor. The Italian one's very interesting. Not nearly as convenient as this. This is everything's in one bag. You pull it out as you go. You can put it back in, throw it out, do whatever. It is a meal designed for war, and it accomplishes what it needs to accomplish incredibly well. So I don't hate them.
I will tell you.
There's food I
have
prefer, but I don't
I
hate
have had to cinch the sack of the macaroons because I didn't want a palm tree sprouting up behind me. The scent is so overwhelming.
the palm oil. Now, Mav will appreciate this. I have cheese spread with bacon. This is a highly sought after item. It's very tradable. This and peanut butter, little packets. But
Wait a minute.
That's going to be good. It's fake cheese, it's like Velveeta.
Okay.
And it says, "Thank you for your service." What? I don't know if that's always been there. Do you see right there?
That adorable.
Don't thank me. Thank
that
you.
Is very funny.
And I got peanut M&Ms. Oh boy, do I! Look at that. That's why these are great. You get candy. Although sometimes it's like chocolate disc, and then it's like 100% just this. So you'll get like very sort of bland, copywritten, righted, whatever names for candy. And it'll be in a bag like this, and you open it up, it's just this. Like, oh, okay, Army, calm down. But then we have our little packet. So still inside, we had tea. We had grape jelly. We had sugar, pepper, salt. Army gets, and it's different for each MRE. We have a creamer, non-dairy. So this would be what you'd use the hot water bag for. You have matches. I will demonstrate that they are in fact real matches. We got iodized salt. Man, this is a really good MRE. It's got a lot of stuff. Sugar. Yep. Bill's Brew, freeze-dried coffee. Yeah, that's also something that you'll just chew on. Some people like to tuck it in their lip like they're dipping. Because if you're in an area where you're not allowed to have tobacco products, that is what they sometimes use. A moist towelette to clean yourself off with. Toilet paper. If you're going to basic training, keep these always. Even if you think you don't need it. You go out to a training area, go out to the shooting range, and there will be no toilet paper in the latrines. And you will regret not having this. So when I was training, what I learned to do from experience, and because I was told to do it, is you fill your pockets in your uniform with these. Every time you eat an MRE, and for us, it was a lot because we're always out there training, and it takes a lot of time to get back and go to a DFAC dining facility and come back. We eat a lot of MRE, so we get a lot of these. And you stock up on these because it will be useful. I promise you. Remember that.
Eventually.
Even if you're not going to the Army, keep these on you.
Eventually. Because everyone is telling me I'm going to be locked up for a week. And I'm headed to Wisconsin where there's a lot of cheese.
That's right. People will give you advice when you join the military. And it'll be like, oh, just work hard. Don't give up. No. The real advice? Hoard these. Like it's COVID. Coming around again. And you need some toilet paper. Because the end times are near. You keep these. You fill your pockets. I'm not joking. All right. We do have the gum. We have the gum.
You have the gum.
I don't know what the ingredients are. I don't know if the ingredients are listed. They probably have xylitol. I'm confident they do. But yeah, you can't see it. It is a mound of stuff. So let's do comparison. What do you want me to compare first? We got the cookie. It's 1-to-1 comparison. I don't have the spiced apple stuff. Then I got 1-to-1 comparison on the beef patty, essentially. Do you want me to try the cookie first or the beef patty?
Let's give a gentle taste to the palm oil discs. I mean macaroon.
Right. Yes. Coconut. Oh, it's a 2-pack. Oh. Oh boy.
One time they were actually intact. Now I've got one intact and one busted.
I got one intact and I got one with the chip off its shoulder there.
Now I'm gonna take my little mixed fruit.
Oh,
my fruit and spread it on.
Mm-hmm.
See, he's just gonna. Oh my gosh, am I gonna have trouble with this again? Oh my gosh,
it's okay.
I would do fine in the armed forces. Give me this thing.
That's fine.
It's fine.
Very sweet. It's fine. Try with some of the grape jelly.
Which, you know, is just kind of a blob.
Yeah, it's not a great macaroon. It's an okay macaroon.
Is
But-
there such a thing? Is there?
I think the Army has some of these in MREs. Maybe not this exact thing, but this is definitely reminiscent of something that's one of the cookies that's available. I don't know if they call it a macaroon.
I mean, the texture's not bad. You know, it's not like it's a pile of mush. I'm saying this to try to forestall the actually entering my body. Can you tell? Can you tell? Yes, Raven, I am cheating again with scissors. Absolutely, I cheat entirely.
Yeah, it's not bad. No. It's not great.
That is
It doesn't get
coconutty.
better. Yeah, it doesn't get better.
It does not.
It's not bad.
It gets more palm oil coconutty as the further it
Of course,
goes
you're getting
down.
Yeah. Now, a little crumbly on this chocolate chunk. Sorry, crumbling a little bit. But for size comparison,
That was
there were
lovely.
two of these, which is a little bit broken. One of these. So this is the Army's. And it's so much thicker too. It's got that girth. Look at that.
Okay, you're just shoving your girth in my face now. Rude.
It's showing off, yeah.
Very rude.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Whiskey to try to cut the coconut's a whole new experience for me.
I've never had whiskey with an MRE, but
That is a whole new experience for me.
Oh yeah, whiskey.
Dang.
I have to make a new channel of just MREs and whiskey.
Oh my. The
Or
decisions
get
I have
really,
made.
really good get good whiskeys.
The decisions
top
I have
shelves.
made that I am regretting now.
All right. Now, this was. You know what? I'll finish this coconut macaroon thing.
Oh golly, I can only do a bite. I have decided I am a lily of the field. I am very gentle and delicate.
Yeah, you might not do well.
No. If
You
the
get used to
country-
it. You do. And
If
part of the problem is, oh hi Penny, she's growling at something. Is that I was told
She's growling at the
MREs are
macaroon.
the worst. Like,
Growling
they're
at the
horrible. You never want
macaroon.
them. Probably is. So I've been told MREs are terrible, like as a kid. And then I worked at a Cub Scout camp. I was lifeguard for 2 years, the archery director for 2 years, which is terrifying. These are Cub Scouts. Honestly, the young ones pretty fine. Like they can't hit the target. They're not really a threat to anyone. It's the 5th, 6th graders that are like they don't want to listen, and it's just like, hey guys, this is really dangerous. But I digress. Every Tuesday, Thursday, there's a day of the week at this camp where the counselors would go to all the campsites and we'd hang out, and they would, by tradition, generally like, make food. And it's like, oh yeah, make s'mores, hang out with the counselors, have a great time. But some of the Cub Scout groups, what are they called? The packs.
Yeah.
They would try to sort of outdo each other. They wanted to be the best food providers on the Tuesday or the Thursday or whatever it was. And some of them would just go all out, and they get their cast iron, pots and pans, and they'd get a fire going, and they'd cook us like cherry cobbler and stuff, which is amazing. But one guy was, I think, National Guard, and so he'd bring in MREs, and that was what he would give the counselors. And so my first experience with an MRE was probably 16, 17. I opened up and went, there's so much stuff in this. You got candy in it. These are great. It keeps going. There are patriotic cookies, I think were in mine, which are just sugar cookies. It was great. So going into the Army, I was like, MREs are fine. No, because these were real MREs. These are the real deal. So now that I'm done stalling, MREs really aren't that bad.
We doing the patty? We doing the
I'm
spice sauce?
Oh, I don't. I mean, yeah, we can do the spice sauce. 'Cause I don't have any the equivalent of that in mind. Let me move my giant cookie out of the way.
Fine. Rub it in my face. See if I care.
Oh,
See now, I mean, I did lots of camping growing up
sure.
where we packed in what we cooked and, that was it. And so I'm used to that kind of thing. At least I was. And apparently now I am just,
Nope. Out of practice. Yeah. You got to maintain this the skill of embracing the suck. So I will do. What I'll do is
Ooh,
I'll test
hey,
both spoons.
there's real butter in here. Apple, water, sugar. I mean, that's how I would start. Modified food starch. Yeah, okay. But contains 2% or less of apple juice concentrate, butter, and ascorbic acid, salt, citric acid, spice. So it has just a little bit of the good stuff.
Well, thank you, Touche, revealing all my secrets.
Okay, I mean that looks like it could be good.
Yeah, that looks. There's some MREs with this. Yeah.
It smells actually fairly decent.
Yeah, it's just give you a little peek inside. Ooh.
Oh, you're supposed to go all the way down?
Yeah. Well,
I knew that.
Usually I just do it sort of halfway so I don't have to have extra trash floating around because you got to.
I knew that all along.
But we got our 2 spoons. I'll try it with the civilian spoon first.
This isn't bad. Can I stop at this? Can I just stop here?
You save it for the end.
Yeah, at least Mav isn't telling me to put it on the patty this time. Because fool me once, Mav. Fool me once.
Spoon should be. Oh, better shape, better feel, better weight, sturdy.
Very, very flimsy. This with the whiskey, oh my gosh, the notes should be beautiful.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, the whiskey is. I guess it's a fine comparison.
I'm going to have to save this as my palate cleanser because I am really scared about the patty. I am.
As you should be.
I'm a little scared.
Oh, I forgot I have the potatoes. Now, the potatoes are better heated. I'll tell you that. I have potatoes. This is one that I like. Of all the ones, I know I said I don't like to heat them. Of all the ones I would want to heat, this is one of them. But I'm not going to do it.
That looks like just a sleeve. What is that?
Oh, it is. I'm reading the ingredients. Cheese. It has an asterisk. Does it say what that asterisk means? I don't know. That's fine. Is that right?
So do I, Sue Bear. So do I.
That's a members only show. The potty show. All right. Okay. Here we go. So this is.
It is aggressively rectangular.
Aggressively rectangular.
Raven, I got it without scissors. Wow. Okay,
see, in the Army you get free dental, so you don't worry about it too much. Oh yeah, no, it's very goopy.
The smell. I haven't even looked at it yet.
What I was talking about is
I got hit by the smell.
Look at that. Yeah. Oh, that's not bad actually. You in my experience, it's usually a lot more gelatinous than that. And I don't think you have anything to eat this with, like to add it to.
No.
So my thought is
nothing.
You just have it like you slide it up.
Oh man, it is gelatinous. It looks like spam. It looks like somebody just fried up spam.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good for mystery meat. Does this come with pepper? Yeah. I've had worse. Oh yeah. Oh, that's not bad. Maybe a little salt. 'Cause I'm feeling fancy. Otter Pop style. Exactly.
What?
Hi, Penny. Penny's come and say hi. You want up? You want to come up? You want to say hi? I don't know if you guys can see her. There she is. All right, you can't eat any of this because it might kill you. I don't know what's in it. No, this is not for you. You can't have it. See? Pupper approved. Maybe. Smell test. Pass the smell test.
That is very homogenous. This is, imagine
Oh, yeah.
you go to the old folks' home and you get the meatloaf, only they have dumped in spices by mistake, because at an old folks' home, it's gently seasoned so you don't like kick off somebody's high blood pressure. This does not have that fear.
Oh, mine was pretty gently seasoned. I had to put extra seasoning on it. It was good, honestly. That's not bad for meat in a pouch that doesn't have to be refrigerated.
That is, you can just tell that is
Pretty good texture.
The texture
Tastes a little mild, but it comes with salt and pepper. Now
it has seen some processing plants.
Oh yeah, it's highly processed, but not bad. I'd eat it again. And now that I know there's all this other stuff in this MRE, I'd probably pick it out of the box if I saw it. Doesn't think she'd leave. I mean, she's eating it too. It's honestly, I remember it being worse. I'm very pleased with that. But that was the civilian version. I don't see if the army version is as good.
By the way, the caramel color added, I'm sure, was the grill marks on the back. Everything.
Oh
okay
yeah,
now?
probably. Yeah.
Everything okay at the Blue Bacon household?
Yeah, it's just a whistle. I was trying to figure out. I think it was another dog in the area just whining around. All right. Oh yeah. Now that's, you can see that. Oh, that goodness. Similar. Again, not as gelatinous, I remember, but I would, this is more gelatinous than the other one. You see that fat, that white up there is the fat that's.
Because had you heated it, it wouldn't just be sitting there.
It wouldn't be. No. If you heated this, it would actually be much less goopy. You can.
Oh, that's very appetizing.
Yeah, you like that? Yeah, it's good.
I may lose some weight for Christmas season after all.
This one does have, I think, less fat than the other one by like a gram. And is it bigger?
Where are my apples? I need my apples.
I'm not sure it is. It's definitely still goopy. But with this one, I have, look, I'll take a little bite first. And then compare. Payne's very excited about my food. Little palate cleanse there. Might be mold, for all I know. We'll find out.
I mean, what the heck?
Yeah.
Wait, is that the cold one? Is that the cold army one?
Both are cold. This is the army one.
That's it. Both are cold. Oh,
honestly, I think on its own, the civilian one, the meat does taste better. I think the army one has a little more flavor, and maybe that's why I'm thinking it doesn't taste as good, because there's more to sort of pick apart. Not that it's bad; it's fine. There's just, I think, more flavor, and I'm just sort of reacting to that. Okay, no.
It may not have been dry, Mav.
It might
have come back up already a little on me.
But tortillas, classic, staple.
He gets tortillas.
I get tortillas. I'm not going to use the mayonnaise. I won't use the entirety of both. That'll be fine. But we have
space confidence, Touche. I appreciate that.
I didn't get any hot sauce on this. Oh yeah, I did have the matches. We'll show you.
Don't eat the matches, Blue. Don't eat the matches. I don't care if you want more spice. Don't eat them.
Very, very
I
flimsy.
am a masochist.
Tasty matches.
I want Lisa to whip up some real tortillas. That's what I want.
So I get a second opinion. Yeah, that's a good match. Some high quality stuff.
A
Now,
little bit of sulfur to, flavor the whole thing.
let me burn myself a little. Don't do that at home, kids, because maybe someone watching this is a kid. I don't know. All right, I have my barbecue sauce. My highly flavored cheese.
Theoretically, Raven, it says beef first, but then like a whole bunch of vegetable protein, kind of, soybean protein. I mean, beef is supposed to be from cow. So is that the mayo?
It's pretty good barbecue sauce. It's pretty standard. Nothing too crazy. Let's put a little bit of that.
See, maybe I could handle the beef better with some sort of a sauce. I mean, the grape jelly.
Yeah, the sauce is definitely helpful.
The grape jelly would kind of be akin to a barbecue sauce.
Now you have your bag for your trash. Of course. I want to keep this out of Penny's reach.
I am not throwing away the spiced apples.
There. Not throwing away your shot.
Valid.
That's right, touche. All right, cheese spread with bacon. Probably just bacon flavoring, I assume. White cheddar cheese, water. It does have real bacon. Interesting. Not much. I'll check the ingredients of the beef for all of you. All right. Oh, the potatoes. I'll get to the potatoes after this. It's fine. All right. Ingredients: cooked beef. It's the first ingredient. That's a good sign. Water, textured vegetable protein. Okay, soy protein. Soy protein concentrate. Caramel color as well. Okay, so the caramel color is to color the vegetable protein, make it look like it's beef. But that is the second ingredient, not the first. Beef is actually the first ingredient. Then we have red bell pepper seasoning with cheese blend, blend of Monterey Jack, cheddar, and blue cheese. So it is the same, I think, or similar, because it does have blue cheese as the blend, or part of the blend. Buttermilk solids, canola oil. Not in my order anymore. But yeah, I think it just has more seasoning, technically. Now, as far as the cheese goes, hi, Penny. Got that liquid cheese there. Yeah, it's pretty good for liquid cheese. Get a little dollop. Nothing too crazy. Nothing. I'm not gonna eat all this cheese. That'd be insane. Ooh, I'm going to drop it though. Put our trash inside of our MRE bag. We got things falling over other things. No, that's fine. And the meat, Penny, break everything. Is there. So we slide that out. Oh yeah, that big old square. We put our trash back in the bag.
Pack out all the garbage.
Yeah, slide it in one place. Hey now, don't you yell at me, Penny.
Penny, yell at him.
Yeah, I promise you don't want this. You probably love it. What am I talking about? All right, let's get a little double wrap going on here. Big old bite. Oh, yeah. That is excellent meal. If you're out training in the field, get me, Penny. You're adequate. That's good enough for more.
I had one bite of the burger. One nibble. It's starting to come back up on me already. It's fighting. I'm gonna win the war, but it's fighting. Dang.
Raven, timeout cards are basic. I never saw timeout cards. I think a lot of that was a rumor. Some specific units may have had them. The ones that were like, you're not going to experience intense combat. So, like if you were cryptologic linguistics is one that I like to use because it's very challenging. It's really hard to put people in these sort of higher tier, high intelligence jobs. So you don't want them to back out or find a way to not do the job. So in a unit like that, where you have to be able to do code breaking in a foreign language, I could see a timeout card being a thing. I never saw it. I know of no actual instances where it did happen. I wouldn't be surprised if it actually did. I never saw it though. Why it would be used in certain units. I think for like infantry, probably not using it. But in some, maybe it makes sense. Maybe. But I digress. Oh yeah.
So Mav has
pizza MRE.
Mav has showed me online a whole box of what is it?
Is it box
case
A?
Case
Yeah.
A. I will say what caught my eye instantly was that it had, date that it was produced,
Sure.
2019.
Oh, that's pretty good.
And then an inspect by date, which is 11/20/22. So my silly brain says,
it's just inspect by, not.
That's what Mav said. So then my follow-up question was, how do you know if there's no expiration date? How do you know when it's gone bad?
Oh, easy. They don't go bad. You eat it and you like it. Or else. Penny, you stop up my microphone.
Again?
Hi. Oh, she's just sitting here looking at the food.
I would never survive. This is where I have so much respect for those that do serve, because dang, I would not. Yeah, yeah. However, yeah. Okay. All right then. Are we doing the pizza?
Do it.
Is pizza next?
Prepare to be whelmed.
Okay. Pizza time. All right, here we go. I'm okay. It's very
chunky, right?
thick.
It's girthy.
It is chunky. How do you get into that?
You're probably gonna want to get scissors. Generally, you take it and pull it apart, but it's a little tricky. You gotta have sort of pull at the same time.
Raven, I'm cheating
Generally,
again.
You have a knife, you cut it open, that sort of thing.
I am cheating, Raven. I am. It says peelable seal. Seriously.
And it is.
Seriously.
If you're a soldier.
You're a soldier. I am a lily of the field. Wow. Okay. Merry Christmas. Holy cow.
Yeah.
We got a bag of stuff. And it's another package for me to open. Okay. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Oh, I did it without scissors. I'm so proud of myself. It's the little things in life.
Linda is correct. These are honestly pretty good. Not McDonald's, not gourmet, but if you need food with you while you're out in the middle of nowhere, I mean, it comes with M&Ms.
Cherry blueberry cobbler.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's such a good one. That's a good one, and that is better heated.
Okay. Oh, and here's my sleeve to heat it up. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have.
You should show them the instructions for heating. They're very fun. Does it still have the rock? It doesn't still have. Oh, it does. I don't know if you can see it on mine. It says rock or something. So it's
Man.
the heater underneath MRE, trademark. Hold sleeve level until the heater feels warm or until 1 minute elapses to prevent water from escaping and to maximize heat output. Always keep heater located underneath MRE, trademarked. Bag folded over top of MRE, trademarked. And sleeve inclined with folded end of bag up. After 10 to 15 minutes, depending on air temperature, top half bag can be torn off and the MRE can be removed and eaten. So yeah, 10 to 15 minutes. Ain't nobody got time for that. We got to train. So yeah, when I say like, it's
creamer.
not worth waiting 15 minutes for this, for the difference that it makes.
We got sugar. We got Bill's Brew. That I may.
We're going to tuck it in there. Yep.
Is this gum?
Yep, that's the gum.
Okay. Towelette.
Moist.
Notice I just said towelette, but that's fine. Salt. Matches. And the all-important toilet paper. All right. So this is the pepperoni pizza. Then I have oatmeal cookie. This thing is huge.
Oh, the oatmeal cookie. That might be the one with the palm oil. It is very tasty. And if just for posterity's sake, I want to draw your attention to I'm about to finish this meat. Ow.
It's called a tasting. You don't actually have to, but okay.
I have lunch specifically for this.
Neither did I. However, I will say the oatmeal cookie, the ingredients are sugar, palm oil, bleach rich flour.
Of all the cookies to get.
Fabulous.
I have had those.
A vegetable cracker.
Oh, those are fun.
What is a vegetable cracker?
It's what we in the Army call vegetarians and vegans. Traditionally white.
Oh no.
And they enjoy the vegetables. No, it's a cracker, but it has a lot of vegetable proteins, that sort of thing in it.
I'm not putting that on the pasta, tasty. Mav, I'm not putting this on the pasta. I'm just putting that out there now. I am not putting it on the pasta.
What? Oh.
My dear friend Mav said, "Oh, the pudding, the chocolate oatmeal pudding."
What?
Oh, another stream. Ooh, hey, spoon, real spoon.
It's good. It's a solid spoon. You can use it for comparison. Now, I do want to. Raven says I heard rumors about the Marine Chow House being like 4 or 5 star food. I wouldn't say 4 or 5 star food. Shockingly good for the amount they produce. It's like a high school cafeteria. You know, they put out all that food for all those people. This is better than that. The Army has this down to a science of just mass producing food, and just giving to people. And so there are people who complain about the chow halls. And yeah, couldn't you get better off post or even on post at the restaurants or the fast food, whatever? Sure. But the quality for the amount that's being produced is fantastic, generally, depending on your installation. And the story I like to tell is when we went out in the field and we needed hot A's, which is heated chow, where you have hot food brought to you, so you're not just eating MREs. We would go to JBLM's jail. So it has a jail, and their DFAC was the best on post. Honestly, for some reason, it was Sergeant Rex who ran it, and he did a good job.
There are a lot of warnings on this sucker.
What does it say? What are the warnings?
Vapors released by activated heating contain hydrogen flammable gas. Do not place an open flame in the vapor.
Yeah, I don't know what the vapor is. Also, don't keep it in confined space. Don't bring it on an airline.
Vapors released by activated heater can displace oxygen. Well, that's not concerning.
And, yeah, it's probably like CO2 or something.
Hot water leakage can burn and cause a cold water injury. Use caution if carrying activated heater in pocket. I mean, these aren't pocket warmers. Shocker there.
Yeah, don't do that.
Do not drink the water remaining in the bag or use it in food items. You know, they had to put that on there because somebody did it.
Penny, no.
No, they put that whenever you see a warning, it's because somebody did it. All right. Okay. We're gonna heat up. What am I heating up? I'm heating up the pepperoni.
Mm-hmm.
And
the cherry blueberry.
Oh, and yeah, I also got a cheese spread with jalapenos, which is perfect for someone that doesn't do well with spice.
Highly tradable. Not that that matters here. Penny, all right, get out of here. You can't be this close to the food. Making me nervous. All right, go play.
She just wants her fair share.
Go play. Go play. Get a toy. You have a toy?
All right, now how am I supposed to do the cherry? I'm supposed to put it in this and then into the heater, or what am I supposed to do with this? I'm confused already.
Oh, they have the instructions. So easy. So you take the bag, little bag here, and it has a line that you fill to. So you fill it to basically just here with water, not very much.
Mm-hmm.
And do you shake it? It's been a while since I've used these. I don't usually use these.
It says to hold it, which is very
well. That's so that cardboard thing you had. That's you put that over the bag so that you can hold it without it getting too hot.
Oh, you don't put. I was going to put this into the pouch.
Oh yeah, you put the food in. So you tear off the top. You put the food into the pouch, and then you put water in it. You sort of
cardboard pouch.
Move it around. Yes.
Cardboard pouch that says cherry blueberry cobbler on it.
Yes, you take that, you slide it on there, and that way you have something to hold because it gets hot.
See now, okay, Mav. See, this is. I'd heard rumors. In fact, I think I heard those rumors from you, Blue.
Oh, probably.
All right.
What?
All right.
All right.
Okay.
So your bag is open. Your heater bag.
I am putting in the pizza.
Yep. The pizza
on top of
in a buffet. Salt. Oh. That knows all the secrets. Oh, okay. Well, no, Mav. I've looked further up the comments. All right, you have them both in the bag.
I'm still trying to get one in the bag.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
Listen, the zombie apocalypse has come, and I'm already done.
Well, you'll have a no. I'm sure you'll have a skill that's useful, like being a distraction.
I can crochet. I can fix some sweaters for you.
Yeah,
that's about it. And I can provide sarcasm, which no one else in this world can do.
No one could. I certainly don't have that down.
And
no.
And oh my gosh.
We don't need to talk about that, okay? I want to be on the list. I'll tell you what I will do though, because Judy has her lights going. She saw this earlier. No, don't. There's nothing on the floor.
In terms of sizzle for the stream. That's it. Okay. I got it in. Oh my gosh. I think I worked up a sweat. I just wow.
Penny, no.
All right. Do not overfill.
Yeah, don't put too much water in it. You'll also boil out and burn you.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Grifkai, is this worse than the civilian one? Is this going to go off?
Do you have it in the cardboard?
Not yet. Oh, yeah. Yet I'm sure you would be, Mav. I'm sure you'd be an absolute hoot. So okay, where did I put the cardboard? Oh my gosh!
You don't have to. It just makes it easier to hold. Penny, can you not?
Me being a delicate lily of the field, I'm thinking I need the sleeve.
Okay. Yeah.
But I need to see the lines first. At least I figured that part out. Thank you very much. All right, here we go. Are you ready? Is it going to blow up on me? I'm sure it will. Sure it will.
All right. Now fold the top into the cardboard.
I didn't overfill it at all.
Yeah. and then lean it against a rock or something. It says a rock or something in the instructions. No. Because if that
You said a
boils,
rock.
now. I'm over here just playing with my lights. Let's see what I.
Is it supposed to do something? Mine, the civvy went off quite quickly. Oh my. Oh, it's getting toasty. Holy cow, it's getting toasty. It's not bubbling and steaming, but it's getting toasty. And now we're in a rave. We're in a rave.
Well, that's way more than your lights. Hold on. There we go. It's the police. It's a party now.
Please tell me there's no one with epilepsy.
Oh God. Oh, we got some lightning. The problem with this lightning is it just does the same thing over and over again. There's no. That's very annoying.
What is that smell?
Oh, you got Meanwhile, I'm over here just playing with my lights.
Why does everything smell so bad?
That's probably the CO2 or something. I don't know. It's magic science, okay? It's magic science.
Oh my. Make it go away.
If I can eat that entire burger, you can handle the smell. You need to open the window. It's fine.
Where's the fan? I need a fan. Oh my gosh.
Nah, the train chute is not activated.
Oh my gosh. Wow. That is go away.
I had forgotten. Because I'm using that often.
That is a special kind of smell indoors. Should have done this outdoors.
Oh, I still have the potatoes. Yes.
You see it steaming. You see it. It is steaming.
Oh, yeah, look at that. All right, this is one that you normally would want to heat, but we're not going to.
Darling, it is a whole different class. Look at how red I'm getting. Look at how red I am getting. I'm like heat flash, like, oh my gosh. This is... Wow. Cheers. Sorry. Cheers.
Oh God. If you were sick before, you're fixed now.
Oh, this is clearing some passages up in my head. Holy cow. Grivkai, I do. Failed to turn it on. That's on me. Thought I had planned for a lot. Did not plan for the smell.
Chat, pick a color while she's struggling. Give me a color.
Seriously, I don't think I've had any yet in my life. Today I do. Thank you.
This was her idea, by the way. Red. That's a good one.
Oh, dang. Oh. How long is that thing supposed to go? How long is that thing supposed to go?
10 to 15 minutes.
Oh my gosh. Pardon me one moment.
I can get it better. Oh, the struggle is real.
Okay. Got the fan on. Okay. Wow. Yeah. What? No, thank you. Raven, thank you, but no. Actually, I haven't even seen James K in the chat, but it's all his fault. Absolutely.
It's very odd. Oh, jeez, it's so bright.
I am going to save this.
There we go.
And send it to you as a thank you. How about that? Does that work? I'm gonna send you the
that one's is that
spread
the
with
cheese
jalapenos
sauce?
as a thank you for tonight.
No, that's a good one.
This is special. This is This is special.
No, you gotta try the
it help
cheese
if I
sauce.
put these
It's pretty
back
good.
in? Were you saying something? Because I was ignoring you, apparently.
Oh no, you gotta try the cheese sauce. All right, I had my fun. Yeah, potatoes aren't great because they're not warm. And they're not great warm either because they taste just like the meat did. Because they all have the same preservative.
Okay, there was one time in my life, our roof got pulled off, and we were like living out of master bedroom only. That was a hoot. Kitchen was just uninhabitable. So we're like, okay, well, we can take this time to get healthier, right? So hubby and I tried Weight Watchers. We got like a month's worth of whatever's. It all tasted like fish oil to me. They had all of it was like fish oil something in there. Oh my gosh, does the smell ever stop? Does it when will it stop? When? Oh my gosh. Pardon me. Same kind of thing. Same kind of thing with there's just like this kind of permeating taste through it all. That chocolate pudding with beef, that was special. That was
I feel like I could go for the chocolate pudding and beef combo.
that is
Now
not
that I think about
normally
it, I could probably try that.
that is not
I mean,
normally
I've done
a
chicken
pairing.
fingers and brownies from like a hungry man dinner. So
Well, yeah. That's
I mean, I feel like I could appreciate that.
I know. I know. I know.
Because it's very don't listen to her. I'm not having a problem over here. I also didn't use the heater though, so
You're loving it. And I will say that like it doesn't like it I'm not breaking this because if I did this with the white spoon in the civilian pack, it would be gone. I'm not
oh
even
yeah,
sure
no,
where
that's a
that
solid spoon, right? It's a good spoon.
is.
You're like, why do you care so much about a spoon? I don't know, but it's
Because
a
I could
good
gouge I could gouge your eye out with this. If a
spoon.
zombie
Poke your
comes
eye
after
out,
me,
kid. That's right.
do I have
You're
to
out and the enemy attacks. Well, you got your MRE.
is that
This isn't going to cut it.
no. No. I mean you couldn't even like sharpen it
You
into a
need this.
shank. This
I bet you could sharpen to a shank.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is what I imagine I would never have personal experience thereof.
Next time I do this, I have an idea. We're going to do this again.
Oh my. Oh we are. Oh we are. Oh, okay.
I'm not going to say it because I don't want to ruin the surprise. It's a good one though.
Oh no.
What was that?
Okay.
So it was 10 or 11. Oh God. Moved into a hotel for 2 days. I mean, that's a solution.
When does it stop? When
Probably 15 minutes. It says wait 10 to 15.
okay. Do you see this plant here? I have a black thumb. It started off as a beautiful arrangement of like 16 different plants. It's down to 2. I have a feeling after tonight, that sucker's going to be dead. This is what I'm thinking. Maybe next time.
Tim, don't give her ideas. She has to experience it. It's got to be real.
Yeah. We're counting on that, sir. We are counting on that. Absolutely. All right. So while I'm waiting for the stink fest to stop. All right.
I hope you don't mind if I don't finish these potatoes.
Oh no. No.
No, it's too late. They're in the bag.
Lisa, I literally like shred those suckers as soon as I'm done. All right.
Read the. I still got more chapters of the worst. I actually.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No, it's the battery's dead. Oh no.
Vegetable cracker. All right.
I haven't kept it charged because it's been a while.
If you want them to die, send them to me.
Oh, I still got to do a hit of this.
When
orange Type
I
3.
open this, like a hiss came out. Is a
Yeah,
hiss
because
supposed to
it's hot. It's
No,
you know.
this is the vegetable cracker. Why would a
Oh,
vegetable cracker hiss?
because
Why would
it's vacuum. It's vacuum sealed. The air going in, not out. Maybe. Now, normally you would put the cheese spread on that, or if you had peanut butter, you put the peanut butter on that. It's very dry, but it's good for you. It's carbs. It's great for when you're out in the field. You need, to maintain your physical readiness.
it's not bad.
It's not bad. A lot of this is
it's
just like normal food off the shelf that they repackage.
I mean, you can see little speckles of something or other in there, but it's not bad. If I enjoyed fake cheese sauce, or if I were like out camping and had been like, canoeing for the whole day.
Oh, yeah. Feed me, Seymour.
No, I want
what Sue
I
Bear is
want to hear
talking
this.
about.
This is what I want.
Worst thing I did as a child, my family won't let me forget. I don't actually know. I was a pretty good kid. No, there's nothing that gets like repeatedly brought up. Worst thing
Good palate cleanser too. Very good.
I
palate
behave
cleanser.
myself. All right.
You did what?
Orange type 3. Orange as a kid. I was a good kid. I know. Look at me now. Pretending to be well behaved still. Oh, yeah, that's still sour. Woo! That was a tiny little bit though. It's got a good.
Aha. Okay, wait a minute. I got it. You all right? Walk it off, Blue. Walk it off. Wait.
Oh, I forgot. Oh.
He's getting a hot flash.
No, it's very sour. I forgot. And we'd use that to wake up.
How much ascorbic acid is in that sucker? Huh?
Oh my God, probably so much. Whoa, my mouth is just watering.
Are your gums
Penny has
receding?
her paw on my lap. She's like, "Are you okay?" I'm fine, thank you. Do you want to say hi again? Yeah. She's like, "Do I have to look if I do?"
Baby.
Are you okay? Are you okay? She says. Oh, excuse me. Do you want to say hi to the camera? Do you want to look at the camera? No,
Hi,
she thinks I'm
Penny.
waiting for her to go somewhere. You're so cute. Oh, thank
So
you.
I'm reading the directions on the chocolate proteins in powder. Directions for use.
Penny.
Allow water just chemically purified to stand 30 minutes before adding to beverage powder. Tear pouch at notch, open zipper, and add 8 ounces of cold water, about a third of canteen cup to fill line, close zipper, shake to mix, about 60 seconds. Consume promptly within 1 hour. How unpure is the water that you guys get? No, I'm not going to ask that question because I know of someone who helped design and manufacture the purifiers. And
God, Raven.
It was it's a thing that for sure I know. I don't know if I would like that being brought up repeatedly.
No. So, to answer the question about the ingredients of this orange type 3 beverage, the first ingredient is citric acid.
There you go. There you go.
Wow. I was like, I remember using this to wake myself up. I don't remember why it was so effective. No, I remember now. Other ways to keep yourself awake. Again, we have the freeze-dried coffee. You just sort of munch on that.
Oh,
it's not good, but you can.
I'm sure it tastes just like a Starbucks.
Oh, you know what?
He's gonna do it.
The other thing you can do is you get hand sanitizer, and you, like you're a football player, under the eyes. The fumes will keep you awake. Or if you need more than that, you can dab them in the corner of your eyes, which do not do, because that can be really bad for you. But if it's that or get destroyed by a drill sergeant, sometimes you gotta just dab it in the corner of your eyes. It will wake you right up. Another thing that we would do before they stopped letting us do it is when we were finally allowed to go to sick call and get things like painkillers and stuff, because you have to like get permission to go see a medic. The medic can address what's going on. If it needs more medical care, they can facilitate that. Or if it's just like, all right, you got some blisters, cool, here's some moleskin stuff, have a nice day. And you get this piece of paper and you check off what you need, and you're limited in what, like, how many things you can get. But one of the things that you could get was cough drops. And so that, for the first few weeks, the only candy that you could have. Even in the MRE, you were not allowed to keep the candy. So we did our land navigation training in our final course. It was Halloween. It was October 31st. And I remember very clearly finishing the course. I think I came in second. I would have come in first. Except I decided to make sure, double check everything. I shouldn't have. Eagle Scout. I know how to read a map. It's not that I'm like good at being a soldier or anything. That was one of the things I was pretty decent at, because I'm familiar with compasses. Not everybody who goes in is. But we'd sit there and we'd pull out our candy, and Joe Sarnes had a bag and we'd throw our candy in. And they knew what MRA is going to have candy. And then they just like, oh, happy Halloween to each other, eating our candy. I'm like, Joe Sergeant, it's Halloween. Just this once, can we have candy? And they'd laugh at us and make us do push-ups. I never asked that question, but the question was asked. So it's fun seeing that in there. But as far as the coffee goes, oh, sorry, the final thing, that sick call relevance, like Tiger's Balm, the muscle relaxing stuff that you put on when you're short. Oh my God, was that amazing? But people using it so often that the drill sergeant's like, you're not allowed to use it anymore because it smells like it's Christmas during Halloween. That's unacceptable. Okay, fine. So we weren't able to dab under the eyes with the muscle cream. So we used hand sanitizer instead. But that's not as effective, which is why it evolved into dabbing into the corner of the eyes, which is not good for you. Do not do that. That can be highly negative results. But you do what you got to do, because they worked as hard. It's a great experience going through basic. I'm not saying join the Army, but you learn a lot about yourself.
I will say, hi, Matt. Welcome.
Hi,
Glad that he's, back to see blue.
Make sure you like and subscribe, everybody. We can come back. I might come back. Who knows? We got more MREs.
Apparently, he's torturing me again.
Channel. Who knows?
Apparently, he's torturing me again. So that's fine. It's fine. We're good. All right.
It's about like how I remember it. I'll show you. It's just little granules of that you can see it very well. But freeze-dried coffee. I assume they boil it until there's no water left, and they freeze-dry it. I don't know how freeze-drying works, but there it is. Yep.
All right, can I shut down the chemical reactor that is
now... Yeah. You're probably fine. Is your food warm?
Oh my gosh. That is very effective.
Oh, it works. Make sure you squish the food around. I mean, wave it around if you need to sort of cool it off on the outside. Squish it around, get it evenly heated. Once you've taken it out, and give it a taste. All right. I wouldn't say that I've never done pranks. Nothing too crazy.
I didn't jam them in there. Why would you say I jammed them in there? Oh, there it goes.
MP basic, nothing compared to infantry. I don't know if that's... You guys learn a lot. So I would say our basic is equivalent. We probably had a lot more... Well, so we had OSA. So our basic and our AIT was one thing. We didn't have two separate things. It wasn't go train, go learn your basic Army stuff, and then go to another place. It was cool. You learn your basic Army stuff, and now you get to learn your MP stuff. Same drill sergeants, same barracks, same everything. So it never stopped being basic, essentially. So there are other MOSs, other military occupational specialties, jobs and I know you know what that means. I'm explaining for people who don't, that have a really relaxed AIT. For example, I'm trying to go to the music school, the Army School of Music, to be a 42 Romeo because I joined the National Guard, and it's really great because it's like a vacation. I do a lot of cool stuff elsewhere in other parts of my life, but I'm still in the Army. I'm still mobilizing to help the communities in Washington State and nationally. For example, I was mobilized to the presidential inauguration as QRF. That's a quick reaction force. So if something had happened, we would basically come in and be the flanking element. But even in the state, when COVID hit, I was part of a team working at a food distribution center to make sure people got fed. So even though my National Guard time is more of a vacation, I'm doing more outside of like the military, doing these missions than I ever did active duty, which is a very fascinating sort of thing. And oh yeah, look at that. There's that pizza.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That's,
I mean, it might benefit from some salt. Take a bite first, and then you might want to put some salt on it. But yeah, so infantry, I know you guys, your AIT is still pretty intense.
Sorry.
What?
Somebody
James, finally, yeah.
got here.
Finally.
Oh my gosh, that is spicy pepperoni. I am
spicy.
It's fine. This is okay. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Okay. Oh, okay. That was inside. Okay. All right.
James.
Okay.
A little desiccant packet.
Inside that just got heated up. Yum yum.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's
I
fine.
mean,
It's just like silica or whatever.
It does kind of. Yeah.
Just less flavorful. You'll find out. Just have the salt ready.
Wait a minute. There's like 2 pieces of pepperoni on this.
Mm-hmm. It's expensive. What you want?
I mean, like,
good food out of an MRE.
There.
If they made it too good, people would be fighting for it.
Valid. Okay.
You can't go too far from the baseline.
I can do this. Wait a minute. Pardon. Cheers. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. Hotel door. Tim. That's good. It's okay. Right? It's like, it's nothing special, but it's okay.
What's up with the crust?
Is it just very soft? What I don't remember. I've had it once, and which is like, eh.
It is soft. It is flavorless.
Yeah, that checks out.
And it is not a pizza crust.
No,
it's bread.
Yep, it has to keep. It has to keep forever in all sorts of elements.
I despise you now, Lisa.
It might benefit from the salt. Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. I just remember it being
my
very
tongue
bland.
Is so jacked up right now. I don't even.
Oh, okay, Raven, I got you. Yeah, so with us, it was, if you're going to be an MP, you're going to enforce the standard, you have to meet and exceed the standard. So we didn't get Sundays to go play. Maybe like twice. And then like, no. I knew one MP unit that they never left red phase for 10 weeks. It was like day one of basic, where they're just getting screamed at constantly, which honestly is probably their downfall, is why they weren't that good. It's because they were under that extreme stress for 10 weeks, where usually you're only in that stress for however long. But they were real strict with us, and there was screaming and there was yelling and throwing. And a lot of my drill sergeants had just come back from the Middle East, where they were training a lot of the Middle Eastern locals to be able to be part of the military, part of the police force. So they were intense. Now, maybe less, because you're going to have less people who have deployed. But I'm not saying infantry was not harder. I think the gap might be less than a lot of people would think, and certainly a lot less than infantry versus engineer, for example. How's that pizza doing, though?
So I wouldn't say pizza. I would
It's
say
very mediocre, isn't it? It's very
like
whelming.
when you were in 3rd grade and you got home from school and you were hungry,
Mm.
you took some bread, probably Wonder Bread. This kind of
Mhm.
it's giving me, maybe smush 2 of them together to give a little more oomph. Spread some leftover tomato sauce and cheese from the
Lovely.
fridge.
Oh
Maybe
yeah.
touched it with just a little bit of heat in a toaster oven, and then this is it.
Now, when you see the video of the Italian soldier trying this, and you see how disappointed he is, and just he is like visibly upset. Now you know why.
This
Because
is
it's not it's not
the,
bad as a food. It's not pizza.
this is
It's
not
not good.
pizza.
There are worse
The
MREs.
crust is all wrong.
It's
I'm
all of
talking
it's
like
wrong.
I'm
Of course
some
it is.
gourmet whatever,
Now,
but
but
it's
here's the thing: is this will last for years. You can put this in the shelf for years. So as far as that goes, like when you put MREs in context, when you have MREs out of context, if you went to a restaurant and someone served this to you as food, you'd be very upset. But when you put it in the context of this is supposed to last for years in hot weather, cold weather, it is portable. It is. It has a lot of, what you need to sustain your physical abilities. It does what it needs to do, and it does it very well. And considering what it like the standard it has to meet for what it's supposed to do, honestly, the meals are very, very good. Like I'm shocked that they are able to accomplish the meals that they accomplish. But a lot of it's like if you have a can of like Chef Boyardee meatballs, that's the quality that you're having.
yes. Yes.
Not, and they do taste the preservatives are very similar, and everything tastes like that preservative. Like the potatoes I
Mhm.
had taste like that preservative. So there's like when you eat the meat bar that I had and you eat the potatoes, and like these kind of taste the same, which is very weird. You get used to it, and it's pretty useful for being like, why fight over an MRE? Like which flavor I want when they all taste the same. There are differences, but at its core, always the same. But honestly, pretty good for what it's supposed to do. How's that cookie? Is it better than the civilian one?
So much better than the macaroon.
Oh, good.
First of all, it's not hitting me in the face with a fake coconut smell.
Griff Guy, it is the MRE pizza is worse than the frozen grocery store pizzas.
Yeah.
There's no like, if there's less flavor and there's no crispness to it,
Well,
and 2 pepperonis. Looky, another cookie. We don't dehydrate it anymore. What isn't dehydrated anymore? Just the meals in general.
this is good.
And some stuff is dehydrated,
This is
but
good. Now, technically, I like my oatmeal cookie a little more on the,
soft.
a little more soft and chewy, as
These
opposed
are
to
not
the
soft.
crunchy. However, the flavor is good. That's good flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers.
Mm-hmm. Other things that are good. Okay, I'll tell you some good things and some bad things you'll get as snacks in the meals. Because the main meals all kind of taste the same. It's more, it comes down to sort of like a texture preference in a lot of it. Vegetarian ones will be slightly different taste-wise, I think, more than any of the other ones. But and there are other things that do sort of deviate from that baseline, but it's generally always there. Other snacks you'll have like trail mix. Trail mix is usually pretty good. You'll get knockoff candies that are usually just the actual candies in different packaging, and sometimes it's the actual packaging inside of army packaging. Sometimes you get like little Twizzler bites, which are always great. I've seen Skittles are very common. The Skittles are always very old though. The Army's buying these in bulk. I assume a lot of these are old. They can't put them on the shelves necessarily. They're getting close to not being able to be put on a shelf. They're going to stay edible. So like the Twizzler bites, you're gonna be fine. The M&Ms, you're gonna be fine. And I do have M&Ms here. The very rarely I've seen Reese's Pieces. Those are gonna be fine. The
Oh, wow.
Skittles tend to be pretty rough, real crunchy. A lot of the times they're sour Skittles, so that's an experience. Like sour Skittles are great, but like they're old sour Skittles. And I think sometimes you get ones that have like branding of other things on them. I think I've seen that a couple times. I could be wrong about that. That might have just been like a weird dream I had, where like there was a frozen, Elsa on a bag or something. That was probably not real. I might have imagined. That might have been a dream, because there's no way that actually happened. Other snacks, you get like cheese-filled pretzels, very tasty. Sometimes you get some like beef strips, or like beef.
I like
What
jerky.
am I trying to say? Like yeah, jerky. Sometimes it's like a tube. What am I trying to say?
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
Snap
Where
'em.
it's where it's like, it's not like the
Macho Randy. What's his face?
Yeah, exactly. It's sometimes like that. Sometimes it's more jerky like, and they're okay. But I mean, they're nice to chew on. They're a nice snack. If you're like, all right, we got to go and pack up, you save those for last, so you still have something to munch on as you're marching around, sort of distract you. But sometimes you get things like
Slim Jim.
muffins, like muffin tops. Very fun, very nice. Breakfast. There are some breakfast MREs that are pretty fun. They have
I
some
thought
like
we
very
were trying to get
cake-like
rid of the
snack.
muffin tops. I thought
Yeah.
the muffin
Well,
tops
you
weren't a
eat
good
enough of
thing.
these, you're not getting rid of it. These are a lot of calories. Because this is made for people who are very physically active. But the thing
Did you ever get pemmican bars? I remember those for camping because they were so concentrated for energy.
I don't know that I ever. We have strike bars that
Are
are
they the
very
same
tasty.
pemmican?
I don't know. Is it First Strike bars? There's like a
I think pemmican's a brand name, but it's also kind of like
Slim Jim. That's what I'm thinking. Thank you. First Strike bars are delicious.
Is there chocolate in it all?
Yeah, there's one that's chocolate flavored. There's one that's a what are the other flavors? Whoa, there are flavors I've never seen before. What?
The
Can't be real.
pemmican bars is
Apple
like
cinnamon.
nuts and oatmeal and dried fruits.
Oh, I don't know that we have
those suckers will like lock you up for a week. Pemmican bars are serious, man, in the camping world.
Oh. Wait, trans can't enlist anymore? That's new to me. First of all, yeah, if you're a vegetarian, you get first choice of vegetarian options. They're usually pretty good. I remember being in our TA-50 room, basically sort of like our main area in our unit, where we have all the lockers of gear. And like, all right, circle up. We're gonna have a class. There's the trans change of trans policy, where the Army is allowing trans people. This is probably like 2017, 18. And so you might have people that transition, and the Army will facilitate that procedure medically, whatever. You still have to go through the process. Here's how I go through the process. You got to get changed in DEERS, which is like personal information database. I don't remember what it actually stands for. Database of enlisted. No, I don't know. I'm making stuff up now. But they're like, all right, anyone have any questions? And everyone just sort of like, no. Like, is anyone concerned? Anyone like this can be a problem? Like, no, we don't. We do not care. And the person giving the class on this was like, oh, okay then. They were very confused that we're just like, okay, sure, trans people are allowed. Like, that's fine. I assume in other units it did not go that smoothly, but like nobody in that class had any concerns about it. Whether or not they actually never had any concerns about it in the real world, I have no idea. But nobody voiced a concern. And just went, okay. Like, so you understand that they get changed to DEERS, you have to address them by their gender. Like, we just call them by rank. That's what we do now. Or their last name. Or if they change the name, are they going to change their last name? Well, no, probably just their first. Okay, We're just going to keep calling the name on the uniform. And the person giving the class did not know how to deal with this. That we're just like, okay, literally nothing changes. Jim might get boobs. That would be pretty dope. That was it. That was
There
it.
you go.
And they walked
There you
out just
go.
like, okay. Oh. So I don't know where they had just come from, but very confused. We weren't. They were. Trump Trump was doing something. And didn't get flipped
Did
back.
Biden overturn that though?
Yeah, I'm not, because that kept going back and forth. I think it was overturned after I got out of active duty. I don't know. I didn't have a problem with it. If you can carry my body out of combat, if I get wounded, and if you can support me in a fight, I do not care. By all means, serve your country.
I
You
will
know?
die beside you, Blue. I'm sorry.
You what?
I will absolutely die beside you. There's no hope.
You look like you're about to die now. There were women in my unit that outperformed me. I'm not ashamed to say. I mean, I'm like poking when I'm okay. This isn't my strong arm. I'm okay. I got a little bit. It's it's not too. I'm out of shape. I'm not what I used to be, and I'm not flexing too hard for you on camera because I'm not trying to like, oh, let me show up. But there were females in my unit that outperformed me physically, and good for them because they're easier to carry because they're lighter. I would prefer, honestly, to have a smaller unit of people because if I'm the one carrying them out, I'd like them to be lighter. And if they can carry me out without a problem, I have no notes. Welcome aboard. And I just don't get why people aren't sort of, like, why should it matter? As long as they can do the job.
That's the thing.
Politics. Okay, anyway, so moving on from that.
I would be left on you. Did you ever watch Walking Dead?
A little bit. I got sort of tired of that. It was like action in the beginning, nothing in the middle. Action at the end, cliffhanger.
Did you ever see Eugene, the character? Mr. Mullet dude. He entered the whole storyline, getting chased by some very slow zombies with a backpack wrapped around his legs to hobble him even more. That would be me. I'm just saying, that'd be me.
I see.
Oh my goodness. I'm already feeling a party going down in my stomach. That wants to rave all night. It's just
iron vault.
I'm trying to keep it quiet down there. It's not really working.
The key to this vault, tequila. Any tequila, like I'm not mixed drinks might not be the problem. If I do a shot of tequila, it can be my first shot, my last shot, I will throw up. It just my body does not do it. It's a shame because I feel like I should really enjoy tequila. There's a lot, like there are jalapeno tequilas. I'm just like, oh, that sounds like so much fun. I don't want to throw up though.
Yeah. I mean, hey Taco, how you doing?
Hello.
This touche. I'm not even sure I can outrun my friends, and that's I would not take offense if they just shove me down. It's valid at this point in my life. Absolutely. I am.
There's nothing I could do.
Nice shot there, buddy.
I wouldn't go further back.
Yeah,
Yeah, touche.
Even though I live in southern Arizona, tequila is just not like, I don't know. I really want to enjoy the taste of any liquor I put in my mouth. Actually, I want to enjoy the taste of anything, which is why tonight was challenging. But I muscled through. Oh, I didn't have the Bavarian cobbler yet.
Yeah, because that stuff's good. It's good.
Why the one thing that I was looking forward to, I forgot. I forgot about because all of the meat popsicles, whatever they were, they just all right. Raven, I'm gonna try this without scissors, but no promises. Oh.
Yes. Raven, that's nuts.
Got it.
People. Strawberry lemonade vodka. Oh, yes.
Ooh. Okay, that does sound good.
Mm-hmm.
Touche. That does sound good. Where did my army spoon
That's a
go?
highly sought after dessert.
There's my army spoon.
Rank these as for value in the MRE black
All
market.
right. This is cherry blueberry cobbler. Okay, I mean, cobbler, I'm used to there being a crust of some sort.
It's not going to have crust. Nothing
looks
in
like
MRE
a compote. I would call this a compote.
That's probably more accurate. Just over here.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Tastes like food.
It's got a little more texture. It's like somebody just mooshed up all the cobbler into the fruit stuff.
It's more like a fruit bread pudding.
Yeah. It's not quite baby food too. I mean, it's baby food with texture.
Come here.
Because it's got some. It's like you can kind of see the chunks in there, and those chunks taste like the cobbler part.
Up, honey, up. Yes, good girl. Up here. Yes, good girl. Want to say hi?
I mean, I just wish I knew what were in it, but details.
Wait.
Wow. Between this and the apple slices and I mean, this makes me happy. The main proteins. I don't know if I would rank this higher than the apple slices. I might put the apple slices.
The apple slices were a little crisper, I think, like texture-wise. But I do like the flavors. I'm a sucker for a good cherry flavored dessert.
Well, you are in the Pacific Northwest. That makes sense.
Yeah. We had a cherry tree growing up in my backyard. And it was great. And very tart pies.
I mean, I will say I'm used to either cherry cobbler or blueberry cobbler. So putting the two together is unique.
Yeah, I would rather have it as just cherry cobbler. If I were
blueberry, like pick one. Pick a lane. Pick a lane, buddy. Pick a lane.
Fair, but I would choose cherry over blueberry. But it's not a bad combo. Also, Raven, what? I won't be let in because of my asthma. Why should trans people be let in? Yeah, because trans doesn't stop you from being physically capable of fighting. But asthma will. Oh, but we know. We're on the same page here. I don't think we're confused about it.
Sue-Bear, that's my fave. That's my absolute fave.
Cherry chews, sour cherries. I always was fairly sour as I don't know if it was like sour cherries technically, but you put enough sugar in it. It's pretty good.
All right. So to recap, civilian ones kind of sort of sucked in comparison to the military.
Didn't have the snacks.
The macaroons are they're a throwaway. They're let me not open this up because I don't want a palm tree to sprout behind me kind of a thing. And it's only edible when you put the grape jelly on it, in my book. I'm the snob. Then that burger thing, burger adjacent, it was not a burger. It was not a burger.
Well, that was, and I specifically thought we should try that because it's not a good main meal in comparison to, for example, the beef burrito bowl thing or the chicken burrito.
Chicken
the
burrito
one it's a lot more fun, I think.
All right,
but we should save that for another night.
Lisa, no, Lisa. Bear, do you know? Or Bear, Blue, do you know what a sour apple smoothie is?
No, and let's keep it that way. I'm concerned, but I think we should save that one for this. So, I did learn some things. I was excited to learn. The meals, the ones that are like the same meal, are not the same. There are differences in, for example, like the packaging is different. It does have differences. And so like the civilian one has this sticker on it. If I took the sticker off, I mean, it might have the original. No. Yeah, I mean, they look very similar. They are not the same. Nutritional value, the nutrition facts are different. They're very similar, but they are technically different.
Mm-hmm.
And the military MRE has a lot more in it.
It sure does.
Yeah.
And the spoon.
The spoon is amazing. Can't be mad at that spoon. There, Lisa. Now, do I get to ask how much these civilian MREs cost individually?
You could.
You don't have to answer.
That would require me remembering something.
Mm.
The box.
Because I can give you the exact cost of one of these military ones that I got it for.
All right, so I got a box of 12.
Okay, that's pretty standard.
Like 3 or 4 of each flavor kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
3 of
they
each,
are cheaper in boxes generally. Well, overall more expensive, cheaper individually.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm going to guess that's what I paid for it. I'm going to say $6 to $8 per, maybe around there.
Okay. That checks out. These the military ones.
No,
I can show you.
No. Bad Sue Bear.
Are $12.64 each. Now this is coming from a military installation. This is in JBLM. If you buy this from Joint Base Lewis McChord, it's $12.64 for an individual one. Now you can buy the boxes as well, and you get them for a better price. I don't know what that price is. Might be closer to 10, might be closer to 8. I have no idea. But the Army ones are more expensive, but they also contain a lot more food. So if you're just going out for like a day hike, I would say the civilian ones are probably going to be more appropriate because you don't need all this extra stuff. You're not doing that much physical craziness. But if you're preparing for the end times, it might make sense to get some of these military ones just because they have so much more in them. It's more food overall, and they're better, and the spoons are better.
And we should talk about like what everybody should have in their house, like to grab and go or to hunker down with.
We could.
That would be
I can pretend to know these things. Water's going to be important. Water's going to be very important. Give me a scenario, because it actually does depend on the scenario. Generally, have food, have water. If you're preparing for like the end times, have a way to garden. Start a garden now, so that you can prepare food. Have water filters. Ultimately, there are certain circumstances where it's not going to matter how much you prepare for. If everything is contaminated, for example, unless you have an underground facility, which you probably won't, but you could.
Mm-hmm.
But
here in southern Arizona, we have something called caliche. Caliche, which is like what little topsoil we have, a couple of inches maybe, and then you hit caliche. When we do landscaping, we rent jackhammers, and we grab multiple tips for those jackhammers because the caliche will destroy the tip. So gardening in southern Arizona is a challenge. It's a challenge. And you can have a green thumb and it's still a challenge.
Fair.
But hey, then you go with what the indigenous race would harvest. You start harvesting that then.
Yeah.
Do you have your own underground bunker?
Every once in a while I go shopping for what's on the market for abandoned missile silos. I really want to own one. I think that'd be a ton of fun. I have no reason to own one. I don't have the money to own one. But if I won the lottery, I would own one.
James T said he was going to have a silo party when he won the lottery.
Oh, yeah. No, I bring it up every once in a while. James is on board. I've wanted a silo since probably 2011. I thought that'd be a fun idea. And what I wanted to do, so you have like space camp where you, for a week, you learn how to be an astronaut, and then you simulate some sort of, rocket space NASA thing. Like, wouldn't it be cool to refurbish one of these silos and have like a Cold War camp where you simulate detecting and responding to a nuclear launch? And then the best part would be, and like, I would have to win the lottery for this. This wouldn't be a profitable thing, but it would be really fun. For Halloween, it would be a zombie survival thing where you learn zombie survival stuff and prepping, whatever, like the basics stuff that like people should know. Not to be paranoid, like you gotta prep for the end times, but you should have some food, tucked away, just in case like there's a blizzard and you can't go out and get anything. You should have some cans and some containers of water, some like storage safe containers of water.
Cans of dehydrated water. Just add water. Absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely.
So like you should have these things for a few days, for example, because if there's a natural disaster, like a hurricane coming in through the south and people are stuck in their homes for 3 days waiting to be rescued, you're going to want to have something in like a can that you can open and survive on. Not that you would necessarily die, but you're going to really, it's good. Yeah, it's going to make it a lot easier to get through those few days. I think it's reasonable to encourage people to do that. To prepare for the end of the world, I think, is kind of ridiculous in a lot of circumstances. I'm not going to stop from doing it. I don't think it should be like your entire life. And there are a lot of like the Doomsday Prepper TV show. Some of them need some different hobbies, and I could have conversations about that. There's this episode. I'll tangent for a second.
You tangent.
It's like this really rich guy and this other dude who's like his neighbor, and they're like, yeah, we're going to be in the apocalypse. We're going to be neighbors. We're going to be partners. We're going to be in the same facility. And one of them has like actual training, and one of them just has the money to supply everything. And there's this great scene where they're in like a hunting stand, and one of them shoots a rifle, and the other one just like starts crying. It was so loud. You didn't warn me. Like he actually did. He counted it down. But like the rich dude with money, not ready for the apocalypse. There's no reason to team up with this guy ever, except when his money is worth something. When the apocalypse happens, his money will be worthless. So it makes sense to convince him to buy everything you need over the apocalypse. And then because you're the person who's like, I'm big and tough and whatever, he's going to be like, yeah, we live next to each other. Let's be apocalypse buddies. But now, at least I was very convinced when the apocalypse hits, if it hits, dude with actual experience who's like tough enough to do all this stuff, who wasn't the one who started crying after a gun was fired, he's going to kill rich dude because rich dude is no longer useful. He's not going to be able to acquire more equipment. Nothing he has is going to be a contribution to survival that isn't already provided to other dude. So I suspect in the apocalypse, other dude is just going to kill rich dude and be like, all right, moving on, because rich dude does nothing unless rich dude had passwords and codes to all of his equipment. And that's how he could survive, unless he was forced to open everything at gunpoint. It's a whole thing. A wonderful episode. Tangent aside, October, Halloween, Cold War camp turns into zombie survival. And the end of the week of learning how to survive, et cetera, you actually get actors in like zombie suits and some face masks for protection. And you actually have to defend against the invasion with like,
oh my gosh,
airsoft guns.
Sign me up. Absolutely.
Right? Like, wouldn't that be fun? It would not make money. It would not, because a lot of these silos are in the middle of nowhere. And so I don't think people would be, flocking to it, but it would be very fun. I think it'd be a really great time. And so I had this thought probably around 2011. And I keep it in the back of the brain for when I'm old and have disposable income.
I believe there's a silo for sale in Arizona. Just saying.
They often are. The problem is you gotta like contact very specific people. And I've reached out, and like sometimes the emails don't exist anymore, or the posting stays up even after it's been sold. It's a bit of a mess. So really what I'd have to do is contact a real estate person in the area and say, hey, send me information when they pop up. The problem is if they did pop up, I can't buy them now. So, and it would be very expensive to fix one up. They're generally not in good condition.
Yeah.
So,
Sue Bear, we're talking about missile silos.
Mm-hmm.
Not above ground. We're talking underground. Hello. Who's doing the clicking? Who's doing this? Somebody.
It's
I
not
mean,
me.
we have
Wait, can
professionals
I?
here. Can you?
No, won't let me. No,
Nanny boo boo.
maybe.
But
No.
the whiskey is mixing well now. The
Oh,
whiskey
excellent.
is trying to tamp down everything else.
Hmm.
I am a lightweight. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I haven't had much. I don't need it to get through these MREs. Griff Kai talks
Apparently I
about
do.
doing treating wounded people. Yeah, if you're gonna have a survival kit, medical supplies, and they do expire. Actually, the medical unit in the building where I do my National Guard stuff, they had boxes upon boxes of medical supplies that expired, and I just wanted to grab all of them, but I don't know if they actually had to be turned in, so I left them alone. But like those bandages will stay fine. Like you can still use the bandages. There are some things that actually do in fact expire and you cannot use them. But
I did have
tourniquets,
active shooter. Yeah, I had active shooter training as a teacher.
Yeah.
And that was horrifying
They
because
teach you the Alice method.
The what?
The Alice.
Possibly. That's ringing a bell. Honestly, it was so traumatic for me. My main takeaway was that the kids in that high school theater group were really good actors because I really felt like I was in the middle of all of it. And at one point they like the grand finale was the sheriff's department coming in to clear the amphitheater after a mass casualty event. And oh my gosh. We were told to just stand up against the wall. And then the students that were all in the wound makeup started, they were given the signal to start with the wailing. And each student kind of had their own thing of were they wounded? Were they best friends with someone who was killed? All of that fun stuff. And then the SWAT team moved in to clear the area. And I was like, please let this be the only time I experience this as a drill.
It's the thing.
And not for real. Because dang. But yeah, we were talking about tourniquet, pack wounds, and
oh yeah, no, there are things you want to know how to do. Tourniquets. You want to know how to use a tourniquet. They're very easy. There are different types. Not hard to learn. YouTube videos. Bandages in general. Just put on bandages. How to put the pressure. They're like Israeli bandages that are they twist and they put pressure on. They're really nice. Wound packing. Very good to know how to do if you have hemostatic gauze and you sort of.
See, they were just like grab gauze, grab whatever, and just shove.
Shove
and
that puppy in. You pack it in. I don't know if I have a good example of how to. Do I have a material that I can use to? Yeah. So let's say this is your hemostatic gauze. Usually it's going to be longer strips. This is your gunshot wound. You put it in, and you basically just stuff it in. Take a bit, stuff it in, take a bit, and you pack that wound as tight as you can get it, and you put that. Just keep going, and the hemostatic material on the gauze will cause the blood to clot, and then the packing will, fill up the wounds. Don't take the bullet out ever.
No.
Unless you are a trained medical professional who knows how to do that.
No.
Do not put a tourniquet around a neck.
Wait,
don't
what?
Worry.
Are you serious? But I was going to try that on hubby.
If you're not sure, put a clean cloth bandage, whatever, on it and apply pressure. Have them apply pressure if they can so that you can keep doing stuff. How much do I want to? I mean, I can do an entire. When a person gets shot,
we should do like a prep.
You take your hand, you put it up the body and up the back, and then you check for blood. If you have blood on this hand, but not this hand, then it probably hasn't penetrated fully. And then you take off the clothing because if they're shot, they're gonna be bleeding everywhere potentially. So you want to try to figure that out first, and then you'd remove clothing as necessary. Clean up so you can see what you're dealing with if possible. Put on bandages, apply pressure. If they are still able to do things physically, you have them do it for you if you can. If it's a soldier, in this combat, they'll generally have their first aid kit, their IFAK on their leg, I believe is where they're carrying them. Use stuff from their IFAK, not your IFAK. That's just a thing. And yeah, check for deal with the most important stuff
Lori,
first.
then you're the one who calls for help then. If
Yeah.
you're not good at, then you're the one that calls for help. And
Or you're the one that gets the person that calls for help.
Like goes away from the scene
Yeah.
to get the police and the paramedics in. Not a problem. We all have a role to play.
Yeah. That you might just be comforting other people. And so while you're doing all this, you just talk to them, you just have a conversation like nothing's happening.
Mhm.
And as if I remember how to do, I mean, if you put me in a situation, I would do fine. I would love to do another training on it because it has been a while for me for like combat first aid for like ballistics trauma. And then if there is like a sucking chest wound, which is like your lung has collapsed and there's a bullet hole in your chest cavity, and you have to relieve the pressure against the lung so it can reinflate. And if you ever seen the movie Three Kings, I think they show that really, really well. And that's its own thing. That's more advanced. You're probably never going to have to deal with that. But like, there are some really great things to know about ballistics when it comes to first aid that I think people should know in this day and age where school shootings and mass shootings, it's a problem. It's not apparently easily solved. It's still happening decades later after it's started happening. I remember Columbine. That was a thing. That will never happen again. Okay.
Yeah.
And it kind of hasn't, to be fair, not to that scale, but like people come close. It's a whole thing. I'm not going to get into the weeds of that because that's a whole conversation. But back to prepping. First aid supplies. Disinfectants, aspirin. I don't know if you can get antibiotics over the counter.
I don't think
basic medicine. Stock up on basic medicine. Suffer fevers, for example. Things to disinfect wounds. That's hugely important. Sometimes people don't do that. And she's like, okay, so you can be fed while you fester and, die from infection. Great. Cool. We're so used to being able to disinfect things. Like, you have no idea how dangerous it is to not have that stuff on hand or available. But
we take it for granted. We absolutely take it for granted.
Water is important. Yes. Yes. Also, in a nuclear event, I'm part of the state's Homeland Response Force. I got training on this. I got command post training on this. So if a nuclear device was detonated in Seattle, for example, and that, I don't mean like, oh, it's an ICBM. It's like a nuke. It could be a dirty bomb where it's a bomb with radioactive material strapped to it. That's not going to go into like a fission or a fusion or whatever it does. It's not going to create an atomic blast, but it is going to dissipate radioactive material over a wide area. That'd be a dirty bomb. If something like that was detonated, from dirty bomb to atomic weapon, I am part of the team that would respond to that. And I would be in the command post facilitating certain things. And one of the things I learned from that was, in the event of a nuclear attack, throw away or get rid of, or like, don't open the door and check it out. Like, but do not ever use conditioner, because it will bond the radioactive material to you and it will actually kill you, like more than other things. There are 3 types of radiation you're basically worried about. There's alpha, beta, and gamma. Gamma that's what you need a shelter for, because that's going to go through walls. It's going to go through cars. It's going to travel at the speed of light, and it's probably going to hit you. The further away you are from it, the better. It's going to be a problem. And so unless you have a bunker that is, so thick and so deep and whatever, you're going to get hit by it. It's not going to matter. And so when people are like, I have a bunker, I say, okay, that's not going to matter if you're not in it when the device detonates. So if you have warning and time to get to your bunker, fine. If you don't, your bunker is useless. Then you have alpha and beta as far as the radiation. Now, those don't really penetrate as much. I think I might be wrong here. I might have it backwards. Alpha radiation doesn't penetrate clothing. Beta like doesn't penetrate paper, like or skin, basically. Radioactive is very dangerous, but like it's stopped by just about any shielding. So when you see people in like, oh, it's a radioactive zone, and they have those suits on, you're like, is that really enough? Yeah, it's probably enough because the gamma has already gone through everything in the initial blast. The fallout is essentially these alpha and beta radiation that has attached itself to particles in the air, and then that rains down. And so it doesn't really go through much, but it will stick to stuff. So you can wash it off with water, but that water is now radioactive. Do not have that anywhere that's going to be stored or contaminate anything else that you need to drink from. If you have reprocessed water, but if you need to clean off the radiation from yourself, if you have 2 bathrooms, use one of them for radiation, one of them for not. Sometimes something that you'll see at scenes where this is a problem is they'll have basically duct tape, and they'll just put it on you, and they'll take that the fallout off you, and then that is also very dangerous and radioactive. So you put that somewhere safe where it's not going to contaminate you. But basically, if there is a detonation, get inside. Don't touch your conditioner because that will bond the radiation to you. Take off your clothes, put them as far away from where you're going to be as possible. Clean yourself off and wait. Don't try to drive away. Don't try to go anywhere. Just hold on for like a week, maybe 2. After a week, it gets significantly safer. 2 weeks, even more so. But I would say be prepared to be, if you're going to prep for anything, 2 weeks. 2 weeks worth of rations. Anything more than that, it's like, is it really worth surviving?
Water's the big thing for that.
Water's the big thing. Yes. Was it 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food? If in good conditions, I might have that wrong. 3 weeks seems like a long time without food. I don't know. It's a thing.
There was just recently a video out there about one soft sit driver and his girlfriend, wife, Chiquita, had some interesting jars in the car. One was some weird honey mixture.
I feel like I saw the that posted in my Discord.
They were urine drinkers. Thank you very much.
Oh no!
Cheers! Cheers!
Cheers! Oh, cheers! Yeah.
Cheers! Clink.
But I like the fill your bathtub and sink with as much water as you can, as early as you can. Within the first half hour, because how long does it take? Depends on where you are in relation to the blast. But after the first half hour, I think your water supply might be contaminated. So the moment you know about it, do it. I'm not saying don't do it after half an hour because I don't remember the exact time. That might be 30 minutes, might be for something else. I have the information. I just don't have it. It's been a while since I looked at it. Because in the event of something actually going down, I'm going to have all that information in the command post. And don't think it was like, wow, this guy's so cool. I was offered the training. I said yes to it. And now I'm part of the team. It's like, well, I sure hope I never have to do it.
Really? That's like my teacher training.
Yeah. And I can write a really nice looking resume. I sound really good on paper. I've done a lot of really cool things, but a lot of it is just like, I was trained on it a couple of times. And so I'm like, I technically know it. And if I was in that situation, I would be able to pull a lot of stuff. But I do like saying it because it sounds very cool. Like, he's on the Homeland Response Force. He's the assistant provost marshal of Washington State response to, I use nuclear weapons as an example because that's just the coolest one. But it could be natural disasters, technically, although not necessarily. But like acts of terrorism, that sort of thing. I think Massachusetts HRF, the Homeland Response Force, was called up for the Boston Marathon bombing, as an example. But yeah, it's basically like if the military is needed as to facilitate some really terrible thing. I wouldn't be shocked. I don't know if they actually were for Ohio. They had the chemical spill in East Palestine. Was that?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I know.
I would. That's the kind of thing I would suspect the Homeland Response Force would be called up for. Each state has their own. I think California has 2. New York might have 2, just because of the size and the population. I could be wrong about New York though. We only have 1, and it's like FEMA training and then some other cool stuff occasionally.
Yeah,
But it sounds much cooler than it is. I promise you.
Nitric acid is not a good thing to spill. Not a good thing. We had one of those in our area, and shelter in place kind of a alarm went out, and that was terrifying for a lot of people.
Yeah, I had sulfuric acid incident a couple years ago. I was traveling over one of the passes here in Washington. Not Stevens, it's the other one. Was it Stevens? Go to Spokane. Touche would know. What is the pass? It'll pop up in the chat. She's still here. And there was a blizzard. It was, I think, 2 years ago, probably close to this day. It was around Christmas. And there was a blizzard. And I had to go over the pass. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to make it. And I'm heading that way. And the pass closes down. It had been opening, closing because of the weather. And then it shut down completely. And it's like sulfuric acid spill. Someone had lost control and hit a tanker that was carrying sulfuric acid. And they shut it down because I was very upset.
Wow.
And the next time my boss was like, you got to go back to Spokane. I'm like, you're flying me over because I'm not driving that again.
There's another
pass. Maybe it was Stevens. What's the, there are 2 passes.
Snoqualmie Pass? Snoqualmie?
I think it was Snoqualmie that shut down. I think that's the one. Snoqualmie. Because Stevens is the one that goes past Leavenworth, I think. Because I did end up going through Leavenworth. I was like, oh, this is very beautiful. It's nice. I didn't realize I was going to pass this. Because I do love Leavenworth. Pass, shut down, sulfuric acid. Oh, it's coming up. Here we go. Cars. When was this published? 2021. It was 2 years ago. December 31st, 2021. Okay. So it was
New Year's Eve. Wow.
After Christmas, not before. Yeah. Vehicle come within. Why did I spelled it wrong? Came within a hair's breadth of puncturing a semi truck. Oh, it didn't actually spill. Oh, the picture is something. I don't know if I can get you guys to look at.
Oh my God!
So yeah, someone slid into. Wow, that would be. Imagine being that driver. So because of the risk posed by the acid potentially spilling out of the tanker, the highway was shut down in both directions for hours. And it was during a blizzard. So it was just it was the worst. This one has it December 30th.
We don't tend to get many blizzards in southern Arizona, which I'm good with that. I'm good with that one.
Washington
I grew up in Wisconsin. I'm good with the trade-off.
So West Washington, which is the side I'm on, like by the coast, usually it's just rain during with like a week of snow. But Eastern Washington, they can get a lot of snow, especially like on passes. They get a ton of snow, and it's rough driving those. It's real challenging. I hate it so much. Beautiful, beautiful drive, but like terrifying.
Are you feeling any gastric issues?
No.
No.
Oh, I'm used to these.
No. Okay. He's good. He's fine. Okay.
Oh, my light just turned off. I think it decided it's on a battery. It's fair.
All right,
then.
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean we still got lighting. It's fine. I'll answer this, Raven, if you don't mind. One of my thoughts on Trump saying if we elect, he will enact the Insurgency Act and troops into hotspots because the police can't do their jobs. So I believe that act requires certain conditions to be met. I don't think those conditions are met. I think he would face a lot of legal challenges. For example, I was looking at a brand new sovereign citizen argument that I had never heard before, which was we're still under martial law, not uncommon. There are a lot of arguments from sovereign citizens that hinge on that. But the reason is Abraham Lincoln declared martial law, disbanded Congress, which no, he did not, and then was assassinated before he could reconvene Congress, as if they wouldn't be able to reconvene under the new president. Like, it doesn't make sense. Andrew Johnson followed Abraham Lincoln, and he did declare an end to the martial law, because martial law can only exist if the public safety is threatened by invasion or rebellion, I believe is the terminology. And so basically Andrew Johnson said, hey, I'm declaring that we are now in a time of peace. Civil war is over. And at that point, you can no longer maintain martial law. And in fact, Lincoln's declaration of martial law in some places was determined to not be constitutional, because he applied sort of in some way. He did. The declaration of martial law was kind of weird. And it wasn't so much the declaration of martial law. It was the suspension of habeas corpus. So he declared that in 2 states. He's like, these 2 states, habeas corpus. And I think there was a legal challenge like, okay, well, only where you can only do that where the actual like Confederate army is. You can't just do it as a blanket statement. It has to be related to the insurrection. So once that insurrection is no longer a thing, no. Now, are there things happening in the United States right now that would be considered an insurrection? Legally, I don't think so. Civil unrest, sure, but that's not the same as an insurrection or an invasion. So a state could activate the National Guard to assist. I know Washington's done that. I know people from my unit in the band have stood on the streets and basically just been present while people were marching. We're very proud of that, because we're all for your right to protest. Like, I don't agree with everything in a protest, for the various protests that happen or have happened over the last few years. But you have the right to do it if you're doing it correctly. And so the National Guard was there not to stop the protests, but basically to stop the protest from becoming more than a protest. So it was mostly, you have blocked off this street to march on. You've requested to march down this road. We've shut down traffic. We're shutting down traffic. We're just bodies that are here to do that. We're not here to do really anything more than that. We have, our plastic shields ready and our batons ready. We don't want to ever use that. And I know there are a lot of people that think like, oh, they just want to hurt people. And there may be law enforcement officers who do. There may be National Guard and whatnot that do. Nobody I know does. Nobody. We're there. We are bodies. I thought it was a very fascinating thing. I was not one of them that was actually like in uniform doing that. I did attend some protests just to observe, because I thought it was very interesting. But they don't want to stop you. They just want to stop it from becoming violent, to stop people from getting hurt. Mostly, I would say the vast majority. I can't speak for everybody, for the ones I know, but maybe I just have good friends, So his legal ability to actually do that, I suspect it's very limited. And I know there is the act, and I've looked at it before, and there are 3 different things that can apply that allow a president to activate National Guard troops to federal service. And I think that might be what he's talking about. But to then place them in places, there are other things that come into play, as like, what's your authority to actually put troops on state property that have become federalized? So would he try to do that? Maybe. Would he be allowed to do that? I suspect no. And after the events of January 6th, and I've read not all of the congressional report, because it's like 700 pages, but I've read a good chunk of it, and there's some stuff in there. If he got elected, people would be watching him like a hawk. And I assume people would have paperwork prepared to say, oh, you're doing that? Boom. We don't even have to wait. It's already been drafted. Now the Supreme Court has put a pause on it until they can review the situation. So it's a thing. I'm not as scared of it as, I could be, because I don't think it would succeed.
I will say
that people think that it would be appropriate, though, I think, in a lot of cases.
Raven, he was talking about this in 2020. And Bill Barr said no.
Of all people, like that's
Of all people,
now that's the thing.
Bill Barr said that's too far. So that tells me if he was able to find the gravitas to say, no, sir, I will not do that. I'm hopeful that there will be guardrails in place if he is reelected.
Take away voting machines and military overseeing the ballots. And the voting machines, I understand why, because he seems to be under the impression, or he's trying to suggest this is true, that voting machines are responsible for him losing, which he's tried that in so many courts, and he's lost in all of them. Having the military actually oversee that, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, they're just going to stand there. They're not allowed to get too close to the voters. They're not allowed to influence it in any way. They probably wouldn't be allowed to speak to them. It would be basically the same as having any person in a voting office that is, staff, except they'd be in a uniform. That's it. Do I like the idea of it? Not really. I think it could be interpreted as a display of force by the federal government, like don't do the wrong thing. But honestly, it would just be people sort of staying there like, yep. So am I worried about that? No, not functionally, but as the optics of it, don't really care for the optics of it. I just think that would be inappropriate to use the military just as a visual aid, basically, in that way. I'm very much for people being able to vote. I've taken advantage of mail-in voting, and I think I've ever used a machine to do it, but I have no problem with it. If people are abusing the voting system, I say we address it as it comes up, but I don't think that means like, oh, this type of voting is and this and that, because there are no perfect voting systems or machines or even methods of election. If you never got into election theory, it gets weird. Very fascinating stuff. But yeah, I think Donald Trump, former president Donald Trump, knows a lot, or knows how to say certain things that appeal to certain people.
Yeah.
But the reality of what he says he wants to do, what he actually wants to do, and what he'd actually be able to do may be vastly different things. I can tell you I will not be voting for him. I will tell you that. Not to get into like my political views. I had much higher hopes for him the first time around than I do now, I would say.
What do you think about what Erica says?
Anything that's making you nervous right now? I'm trying not to be nervous, but in my 36 years, I've been uptaking anti-Semitism. I'm trying to pay attention to in case. In case. I see. I'm not necessarily nervous. I don't necessarily think that there is a substantial rise in anything. It's our ability to communicate about our feelings is better than it's ever been in the history of ever. However, that does mean the ability to communicate with like-minded people and to organize things is better than it's ever been in the history of ever. The ability to track that as well, though, is increasing. So as far as things to look out for, I mean, it comes and goes. I wouldn't say we're at like the most dangerous. I have a good friend of mine who's always like, everything's about to be over. It's going to end. Like we're at the end times. Like, listen, actually, no. We're just able to hyper focus on things that we were never able to before. Like all this already existed. It's just now we can pay attention to it better. And that doesn't mean that we should be paying attention. We should be addressing it and improving it. And you know how I love my tangents. If you want to claim to be patriotic, to love your country, that means you want to make your country better. And that means sometimes you have to stop focusing on what's best for you and think about what's best for a community. So there are things that I think are best for me that are not best for the community. And so I put my selfish shit aside, excuse my language, but this is important to me. And I swear for emphasis here. I put my stuff aside. You get one swear. And I say, this doesn't benefit me, but it does benefit the community in which I live, which then benefits all of us. And if you want to make your country better, I'm a strong believer that you got to start local and spread from there. And so I recommend being involved in your local elections. It's going to affect you the most immediately. Vote in as many things that affect you as you can. Exercise that right. But I think too many people focus on, I don't want things to change because I know how to deal with the way things are now. And that's very selfish. So if you're going to claim to be a patriot and love your country, you have to love your country for the people in it, not because you're in it. And you have to be loving your country in a way that addresses the issues that haven't been addressed that should be addressed, because our country is not perfect. No country is. We have some really great stuff, but there's always stuff to fix and address. And things are always changing and need to be addressed. And you should be out there, if you want to be vocal about it, trying to make that positive change that you want. That is my view on this. And I hate to, I'll get off my soapbox there. All that to say, what do we want to be paying attention to now? The things that I see, that I'm tracking right now. There's a lot of Israel and Palestine. Ignoring the complexities of that situation, because they are very complex. I have seen locally, at the very least, a lot of pro-Palestine protests that have, I would say, gone past protests into a little bit more. Things that are criminal in nature. There are a lot of anti-government groups, sort of anarchist groups, that are using this as a platform to do what they do. Not to say that they are massing up in any new numbers. I don't think that we're seeing like a rise in recruitment for these anarchist groups, although maybe. It's more that they have something to latch on to. And should they latch onto it? Should they not? That's not my business. I'm not going to go into opinions of what is morally right when it comes to this stuff. Like, I'll address legally right. That can remain, and maybe should remain in some cases, different than legally right, immoral, legal, ethical, etc. But I am seeing a lot of these anarchist groups sort of spreading information using this Palestine stuff and targeting corporations that are supporting or perceived to be supporting Israel they don't like. And I suspect, without evidence at this time, that some of this stuff isn't originating from the United States, and it might be groups outside the United States that are pushing information into the United States that is then latched onto by people who just want to be anarchists. But I'm not seeing an enormous rise in that. Anti-Semitism, I mean, that's been a thing for a while. Just some people are deciding to act on it in ways that we can tie to a specific thing. Whereas people have been acting on anti-Semitism for a while now. It's just that now we can put a reason to it. And some people who may not have done it as aggressively in the past now feel like they might be more justified. So it's really, it exists. It's always existed. It will continue to exist, unfortunately. But what is happening in the world that makes people feel justified to go beyond what they were doing before? So am I super concerned about that? I think in a way, because it's going to manifest more physically, but not in the sense that like it's just like people are becoming more anti-Semitic. I think people are just becoming more obvious about it. Sovereign citizens, I don't really see an enormous. How much you think sovereign citizens exist? It depends on how much you look for them. They're there. I don't see them really increasing in enormous amounts of numbers. Flat earthers, I mean, they increased. I don't really see them increasing as much. That's not necessarily like, oh, they're dangerous. They can be because they often tie themselves to other things.
The ones that are remaining are getting more extreme, but that's because...
That's the thing. That's also the thing is as you keep being proven wrong, as you fail to accomplish your goal of like proving you're correct, the more reasonable people often just sort of drop out, and the more extreme ones will stay in, and they have to do more and more extreme things to try to attract people to their cause. We saw that with, well, I don't want to name names. We saw that, I'll give you a more generic thing. 2020, a lot of protests in Seattle. it started out, there were a lot of people protesting stuff, and the protests were honestly kind of lovely. Not saying that I agree with what they were saying, but the way they were protesting was very much a community coming together and supporting itself. And it was honestly really, really interesting. And I was very supportive of the manner in which they were protesting, regardless of what they were protesting about. As people sort of like, as it went on, and people were like, well, I don't really have time to continue doing this, I got other stuff to do. The ones that were left were more extreme. And they either felt like they had fewer people telling them not to do extreme stuff, or they felt like they had to do extreme stuff to then motivate more people to come back. So, or people who aren't actually part of the movement, but just want to do extreme stuff, come in. It's a whole thing. There are specific people I could name. I don't want to though, but yeah, the numbers might die down. Extremism might shoot up, but that's where government steps in, puts a stop to it, and then you're back to sort of, okay, we're cool now. So there's that rise, starts to drop. You got that little offshoot, gets snipped off. Ruby Ridge's over, whatever, etc. Proud Boys have been hit real hard. But election year, I'd be very concerned about politically motivated actions, anti-police, anti-government, if that's from the left, from the right. I expect this coming year that we see a lot more protesting around government facilities. That's definitely something I want to pay attention to in my personal life. But there's nothing like significant, like you need to be aware of this. You need to watch out right now. There's always just that little like buzz of a threat. But I would say don't, pay attention. Don't be on edge all the time. That sort of thing. Do I think bigger auditors will be auditing voting places 2024 election? If they do, they won't be doing it for long, because there are laws that apply during at voting places that don't apply elsewhere. I think some might try. I do know that a lot of these bigger auditors are getting in a lot of trouble, and I've been saying this for years. A lot of them got away with what they were doing because of COVID. The
were shut down.
Justice system, the courts didn't have time to deal with the lower level misdemeanors that they were committing. They had to deal with the domestic violence because people are stuck in the same house together and they don't like it. They had to deal with those bigger crimes. But now a lot of them have caught back up, and now they have the time to actually prosecute. And we're seeing a lot of that, I think, now.
Yeah.
Where they're like, all right, cool, let's go. So the ones that are left by that time, I think some of them might. And I think they're going to realize that might have been a bad decision, depending on how they do it. There was a very interesting one that I saw, a sock store. Some of you might know about it, where the auditor sprayed the owner of the store with pepper spray and it got into the store and everyone had to evacuate. That audit wasn't legally bad. He just outside the store. He's on, I believe, if I remember correctly. I wasn't like, I just sort of had it on the background. He was on the public sidewalk and he was interviewing people like, show me your feet, show me your socks, which is, do I agree with that on a moral and ethical level? No. But legally, you can do that. You can be like, hey, as you're coming out, show me what you bought. Show me the socks that you bought. Show me what's on your feet. Cool. Now, is the owner going to be upset by that? Sure. But the owner swatted at the camera, and that was the wrong move. Just call the police at that point. Don't swat at the camera. Don't try to grab it, because in some states and some places, that camera is considered an extension of your arm. So, unwanted contact with a camera counts as unwanted contact with the person, counts as assault. Now, if you're being assaulted, you have a much stronger argument to justify the use of pepper spray or OC spray, which is oleoresin capsicum. Sort of same thing, just fancier. Fancier words. Ingredients might be technically different. I'm not really sure, but essentially the same thing. Were they justified to spray it? You have an argument that could go either way. But your argument's a lot stronger that I'm allowed to use this now because he committed assault, potentially. Getting into the store, I think he could be opened up for civil liability on that. But criminal, I think both people are wrong, but the owner of the store committed the crime first. I would argue, and again, I haven't scrutinized this video Do I agree with the auditing? Morally, ethically, doesn't matter because legally it looked correct. So it's if they correctly audit, in the sense legally correct, a polling place, a voting location, then they'll be fine. It should be fine. And if they're not fine, they're doing it correctly. Congratulations on winning your lawsuit, presumably.
Yeah.
But
Dinner's here.
who's that at the door? Secretariat.
All right. So while he's checking the door, we still have beef stew to test. We still have the chicken burrito bowl. I'm a little scared of that one. The chicken burrito bowls. I don't know. I don't know. That is a wild chair. He, of course, you know what he does with, yard sales and estate sales and stuff like that, man. Mav, I understand you think that's good. I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared. But yes, we will definitely be saving those for later because dang, not tonight. Yeah. Thank you very much. I'm either brave and or a masochist. Two things can be true at once. Absolutely. Yes, the chair is very Game of Thrones-ish. Oh,
I heard you talk about that. Yeah. It's a Home Depot chair.
Mav, you had me put chocolate beef pudding on basically Chef Boyardee. Fool me once, Mav. Fool me once. But you're getting you're really getting actual food after all this.
No. This is So you remember Will, my roommate? He got me a Christmas present.
Oh, that's sweet.
So I'm opening it early.
So I want to be able to use it. What are you doing?
Well, the president's going to be using it on Christmas. I already know what it is. I thought it was mod pizza when it arrived. It's not. Mav will appreciate this. It's a ProTube VR gun stock.
I may trust. I mean, I may forgive, but women never forget, Mav. I mean, you're married. You know this. Women can forgive.
Women are like elephants.
We never forget. For good or for bad, we never forget.
That's right. Hi.
Lou, he had me put chocolate beef pudding on top of essentially Chef Boyardee.
Wait, I'm sorry. Chocolate beef pudding?
It was chocolate protein pudding, and the protein came from the number 2 ingredient, beef stock.
Oh, no.
I'm not traumatized at all, as you can tell. I am not traumatized in the least.
Yeah, that's what you get for trusting the police. They're allowed to lie to you. Didn't you know? They're limited lies. Limited lies. People think that they can say whatever lie they want. It's not true.
Mav said, "Oh, put it on the pasta. It's really good." Okay, I said very stupidly.
God. Well, you already determined that you on the palette. Some 3D printed parts in this bad boy. That's fascinating. Means I could reprint these if I needed to. It's for virtual reality.
It was very wrong. It was so very, very wrong.
I don't know if I'm doing this right.
I love to tell my husband that he's stuck with me because there is no way I'm training a new one. I have just put too much effort into him. So yeah, I hear that.
Oh, that's good. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be good.
Man, we're gonna have to.
It's a gun stock. It's for virtual reality. So you get your controllers. You put them up here.
Oh my!
They're adjustable.
That's a thing.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. Oh, yeah. All right.
Did you hear about? Whoops. Hello. Yeah, the whiskey's not hitting me at all. Did you hear about this, Blue, that in California, after January 1st, the cops have to tell you why they're pulling you over at the start of the traffic stop?
Oh, fun.
That's a new law.
I mean, that's not necessarily like non-standard. There are reasons you wouldn't, but I assume the law is going to be like you have to be told unless. But then you know that there's generally like it would be you don't tell them if it's going to jeopardize your safety. If like the thing you're pulling them over for something you expect them to react very poorly to.
I don't know.
So there might be a thing in the law that says like unless this, but then if you're not telling them, they can assume that's going to be something bad and they might react poorly.
It'll be interesting to see what happens.
I don't necessarily disagree with it. I think there probably will have to be some adjustment in training and like, all right, well, if it's going to be something that you can articulate appropriately that they're going to react poorly to, then your stop is going to look more like a felony stop where you order them out of the vehicle from your car, basically. That's interesting.
Here's a question.
What is Burger Cat coming back? What is that the question? Oh, I'm so much closer now.
Whoa! What the? How did I? Whoa!
What have you
We are
done?
professionals here, people. What the? Hey!
Wait,
Good night. So to say I may see now. My husband and I got engaged in 3 months, and 6 weeks of that he was out of state. We knew we were doomed, like right away. We were doomed. We knew we were doomed. On our first date, I asked a question that should have sent him running. Should have.
Uh-oh.
We met at a Baptist church, Southern Baptist Church. And I was not Southern Baptist at the time. But I kept hearing about the submission thing, about how wives must submit to their husbands. I'm going to let you know that did not sit well with me. I know it's a shock because I come off as such a wallflower. I know, right? So on our first date, I'm like, so what is this submission thing anyway? Huh?
I mean, that's a good thing to get out of the way. Question-wise.
I didn't scare him off. He answered it in a way that I didn't actually commit murder. I mean,
So yeah, we'll take turns. Tom sub, Switch.
It usually means a little something different. But okay, sure, we'll go with that. So is Burger Cat gonna be making a return?
What is
remember Burger Cat?
No.
From VR?
Oh, yes. Oh, Burger Cat's coming back. I found someone who's selling a used VR treadmill.
Seriously?
And I was like, oh, I need some exercise, so
wow.
so yes. Oh, it's very wobbly.
Burger Cat looked a little weird. But I mean, then the other one was Kermit
I love
with
Burger Cat. Oh yeah,
BBL.
Cheeked up Kermit.
Kermit with a BBL.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, okay, that's a look. Of course, I'm a furry, so who am I to talk? But I think we should get Blue a furry avatar. That's what I'm thinking.
You absolutely shouldn't. That's the opposite of what you should do. I'm trying to gun stock here.
I don't know what you're scared of. I mean, they're just
when I run for president,
sort of people.
I have some very good friends who are furries, but I am not. I'm not. We're not in the same. We're not the same. Me and them.
Isn't that a great idea? I mean, Let me look in some corners of VR chat that I found. Maybe I can find one for him.
I forgot. Oh, Burger Cat. Burger Cat was great.
I mean, a garden full of goats is, I mean, I think isn't that just a necessity by now?
You sure seem to think so. I don't.
Here we go. I think Kari T nailed it. I think she just nailed it out the gate. Absolutely. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Yes. Okay, let me put it back up then. Blue as a bunny. That's the furry we need.
Not as a pig? That just writes itself, basically.
Mav called it. He called it.
That would be funny if I was like, if I got elected, and then I'm like, all right, for the first State of the Union address, I got the cabinet, and they're all in just fursuits. Just.
Oh yeah, the whiskey's hitting. Absolutely.
There it is.
Yes. Wait.
Y'all are terrible. Why are you encouraging her? What were you thinking?
Okay.
Tim, I don't think the judge is already mad at me for mostly for my. Well, I don't want to talk about it. I don't think that would work out in my favor.
Yes, please. You leave us alone for too long, Blue. Things happen. I'm just saying. We start concocting plans.
Yeah, apparently. All right.
Apparently, we need a little guidance once in a while.
Wolverine, not a furry, an actual Wolverine. That's right.
I can see that.
Now, in Ironton, if the fight had gone through, had shown up in a fursuit. Now that would have been. I would have bought him a whiskey, a bottle of it. After that, is it?
I need to read this one.
Oh God.
Blue Buddy mini ice cream cones are great. No girth, but tasty to nibble on at night. I would say so.
I think your beads are upside down there.
It's all right.
Yeah, I think you got yeah.
I figured it out. We're good.
Watching half Wolverines. It will once I introduce them in my cabinet.
First the state, then the nation. There you go.
That's right. Bought me a barrel. Can't you get barrels of like Jack Daniels? I
have seen where
Is it like actually fully full?
Celebrities can for the right price, they will stamp brand their names on a barrel, and once it's aged, it then they can take it, the entire barrel. It's but you got to have the bucks for that.
Yeah, fair. Some of you.
That, I mean, you're actually eligible to run.
Don't tempt me. I was looking at political offices just to get my foot in the door, something that's unopposed. Boom. This last election, there were some people that were running. I was just like, I would have beaten you. I don't want your job, but I would have beaten you.
Mm-hmm.
But I like what I'm doing now. I have the best job in the world. I'm not going to talk about it. Some of you already know. But one of the I as part of my, hey, can I go back to YouTube? I said I'm not going to talk about my job. And they went, okay. So it's not some deep dark secret. I'm just trying not to get in trouble. I don't want them to revoke my permission to make videos in my free time. Oh, excuse you, headphones.
There's a lot of things like that
Ooh.
that happens.
Now there's Copperworks. That's actually what I'm sipping out of right here. They might do barrels. It's, Copperworks is amazing. I love Copperworks. I'm not drinking Copperworks alcohol right now. That's because I save it for special occasions. No, I will not, Touche. No, I'm not. Did you talking about Brandon Herrera? Did he actually get elected? I heard something about that, or is he just running?
I think he's running.
Okay,
I heard about that he's running. Yeah,
I don't agree with him on everything, but he seems like an intelligent person. I don't think that
He's not
he'd
an
be a bad choice. What?
he's not an idiot. He's
Yeah, he's
definitely
not
not an idiot.
He's still running. All right. Yeah, I don't agree with him on everything, but I appreciate his ability to have discussions about stuff. And I do agree with some of what he says, not all of it, but I don't have a problem with him running at all.
Well, we have been
What
on
I miss, what I miss?
for 3 hours.
Yeah, I should probably get going, but it has been fun.
It has been fun.
MacaroniDistillers.com.
I'm ready to tumble into bed.
All right.
See what tomorrow morning brings me, because I'm just thrilled at the opportunities for that.
You can hear clicking and clacking on the wood. Yeah, they need a little clipping. Yeah, well, it's been a lot of fun. Thanks for having me here. Thank you all, everyone.
Cheers.
In the chat as well. Cheers. A little
clink
bonk there. And we're diapers in case. We'll have to do it again. We got more MREs.
Yeah, we do. I mean, yes, we do. We still yay! We still have more Tums. We're gonna have a couple more before we go to bed.
Good.
Yes, we are. We're gonna do a few more. And
I won't.
I am a fair lily of the field. We have established this. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays, whatever you celebrate or don't.
Great New Year, the whole shebang, all of it. Yes, Erica. Lots of calcium.
You don't have anyone to kiss on New Year's. You can just kiss me.
I'm sorry. What?
What?
Pardon me.
Get a video of me on your phone and just kiss that like button on any video you want, or that subscribe button on my channel.
No. Okay.
Some of you thought. Some of you married people thought. Y'all need to have a talk with your significant others.
I'm just gonna. Yeah.
Too much bacon isn't good for you.
We're gonna have a few more of these puppies. We're gonna elevate the head of the bed. We're gonna do all the things. Because wow.
Sleep in the tub just in case.
You know what? You're right, Tim. I am making a name for myself in all the wrong ways.
Fair.
Absolutely, Griffcon. Absolutely.
What? No, it doesn't sound. Can't be working with. It's crazy.
Wait till I try to stand up. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you had some fun. I hope you had some giggles. We are going to save that one. We're going to save
Oh,
that
God,
one
no.
for another time.
Oh no, touche. Oh no.
All right. Thank you all. We will see you again because there are more MREs. Take care. Happy holidays. All that fun stuff. Bye.